really does matter.
Ben Brust.
So they can't execute the way they want to play offensively.
This is Kyle and Brust.
Did you call us idiots?
Yeah.
On 94.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube. Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. With Kyle Wallace, here's Ben Brust.
This Wednesday, it is a Weed Man Wednesday. I am Ben Brust. Alongside me is nobody in the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studios. Running the show, I don't know if I'll call him my co-host. You're still the producer. Alex Strouf, what's going on?
Hello, Benjamin.
This is going to be an interesting one, let me tell you. 800-990-3776 is the Carbless Talk and Text line.
What's interesting?
Well, I'm going to get to that, but I need to give the audience a place to reach us with their feedback on what I'm going to be bringing up off the top of this show. As I mentioned, 800-990-3776 is the Carbless Talk and Text line. Less is more. Get us on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison and the ESPN Wisconsin app. I don't know how to feel about this because I'm a 34-year-old man. I'm married. I have a daughter who's, close to 2.5. And when you get a message like this out of the blue, it's like, message request. I'm like, all right, I always take a look at them. It reads something of the lines of this. I'm not going to read everything. But hey, Ben, sorry to bother you. I am a government teacher at blank high school in Wisconsin. I wanted to see if my students are smarter than you. You recently did an Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust, where they asked you all government-related questions. And we start chatting and whatnot, and it made me realize that I think I might have to go to school.
I think you have to go to school.
I think I got to see if I can take a class. For how bad, like we've been doing on Tuesdays, Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust for as long as I can remember. There maybe was like 6 months of me ever being across these airwaves that I haven't done Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust, but it's been in existence forever. It's made me realize that I have holes in terms of knowledge, in terms of things that I just don't know that I should know. Like when you ask me about Greek mythology, it's an automatic no. What other categories would you say I'm not going to know?
Okay, so geography you've been a little bit better at, but overall you're pretty bad. You got really mad at the Mediterranean.
I'm good at
Sea
states
yesterday.
and capitals.
Yeah, I don't really do those. Science overall, not your strongest suit. Most of biology you're pretty bad at, but not all of biology. Did you ever take like a human anatomy course? Because I feel like you're pretty good at anatomy.
No, but I was an athlete.
But you're bad at like nucleus and mass. And,
correct.
And
when you get
like
internal in organs and stuff like that. Like, no, I don't know.
That's not an organ. That would be.
No, I'm saying internal body. Like when you ask me,
that's a liver in a.
It's not an organ. Those aren't organs.
No, those are organs, but I said nucleus.
Yes, and it made me think about where I'm bad at. When you ask me where, like someone who's got high blood sugar, what is it? So this is my point. This is why I got to go back to school.
Are you looking for what organ creates insulin?
That one.
Yeah, that would
like
be
I've said
pancreas.
gallbladder before, and it's pancreas. So what I've realized is
you're not great at sports recently.
What do you mean?
Like if I ask you sports trivia, I think you went over 3 yesterday.
No, I got Alex Cora because it took me like 30 seconds.
1 for 4.
Because my brain fog is finally clearing.
You didn't know the Colorado Avalanche. You didn't know David Bailey. So 1 for 3.
So at this point,
it's hit and miss.
At this point, do I have to ask if I can go to class? So, like I know this is like I'm literally creating Billy Madison. I don't have time like to go to school and actually pass classes.
So let me ask you this. So you said he teaches what specifically?
Government.
Okay, so why he wants that is because, yes, a couple weeks ago after the state, you kept saying legislator, after the governor signed off on funding Wisconsin athletics.
That's right.
We will talk to Greg Gard at 3:30 this afternoon, a little bit about that and a ton of other things. I imagine you're not just going to go there and talk about onomatopoeias, Ben.
No. But that's the thing is I think I want to see if they would welcome me into this teacher's class. And if I sit in the class, I think I have to pass a pop quiz before I can never go back.
Well, you're putting him in a tough situation because I don't think he can sign up having a 35-year-old man in his class multiple days.
I don't know. Get the principal on the line. Not right now, but
work on that.
I'm still. He's probably currently teaching. I sent him a message. I was like, I got ideas. I got to go to class.
Yeah, this is you. You get very excitable when in reality he was just asking for the list of 15 questions.
But here's the thing. We've done a remote broadcast at my high school.
This is not, for the record, not your alma mater. Your jersey is not retired at the high school this guy teaches at.
Correct. This was it. We were just with Bank CMG at Monticello High School.
That's true.
So it's not the first time that being on site doing the show at a high school. It's not a first. So clearly that's okay. Now asking to do a live show from a classroom might be a little different. I don't want to put this guy through the ringer and be like, hey, do you need to give all 30 of your students waivers to have their parents sign that
Yes.
there's going to be a grown adult sitting in your classroom learning?
So your vision for this is bring Kyle and Brust on the road.
Yes.
You two would be live at this high school
From 2 to 5, but I got to take a class from 11 to noon.
Okay, where would you do the show from?
Then we could do it anywhere. We could do it from the gymnasium. We could do it from the cafeteria.
Are you aware you often get ahead of yourself?
I am way ahead of myself.
Okay, let's slow down.
But tell me, I have to go to class.
I love the idea of you going to class. I do, Ben. We need to take it one step at a time here. What did he ask for?
Just the audio of the questions from the government-related Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust?
Your brain immediately goes to, I got to go to class.
I got to go to class.
Quiz. I got to sit in class. I got to be Billy Madison. I got to do this. I got to do that.
But you know why? Is because over the last 7 years, I probably am hitting at a 20%. That's probably high. I'm probably winning 15 to 18% of the time when we play Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust, which is anywhere from third to sophomore year level knowledge. And so at this point, I want to see if I can learn in a high school classroom. I don't know how I graduated college. I was overseas playing professional basketball, and I was dreaming, Strouf, that I didn't actually graduate. I don't remember walking out of my last class, that when I was 8 hours away in Lithuania, I emailed my advisor and I said, I need you to go into the University of Wisconsin's system and confirm that I actually graduated. That's what I had her do. And she was like, yes, you graduated. That's a problem.
Okay, you graduated college because you were an athlete.
That's not true. I did the work.
You cheated.
Sometimes, not all the time. Statute of limitations, hopefully that's okay.
No, this isn't, you didn't break a law. There's no statute of limitations on admitting you cheated in college. Everybody's done it.
Mitchell's on the Carbless Talking text line with many others, in which he's with you. He wants me to rein it in. He goes, "You're jumping the gun here." I'm not. At this point, I'm curious to see if I could pass a pop quiz.
Okay, so you said before you've gone back and forth with this guy. First off, would you like to amend that?
He sent me a message. I sent him a message, and then I fired 18 ideas at him in a next message,
so
in which he has not read. He has
you.
not read it. He has not read it yet.
Okay. Now, just
okay, I can read this. Here's what I had said at 1:50. This is Kyle and Brust, Ben Brust and Alex Strouf today. It's just us two and you getting
Where's
involved.
Kyle?
We'll get to that in a second. 800-990-3776, Carbless Talking text line. He sent me his email to get the audio. He just said, thank you so much for the quick response. I have some really fun ideas. Are you open to chatting on the phone, like doing the show from your classroom, me sitting in and learning and taking a test from you? This could be great.
He's going to block you. He's going to block you. He heard you. Here's an example of one of the questions I asked you the week he's referring to.
See if I get it.
How long is a U.S. Senator's term?
That's 4.
Oh, it's not. It's 6.
It's 6?
So he heard you make a fool of yourself. I think you went 3 of 15 this week, maybe 4 of 15. And he said, wow, this guy's an idiot. My 16-year-old students could do a better job. I'm going to try to message him on Facebook. And now said idiot is saying, hey, can I please ruin one of your few days left in the school year as we approach the month of May? And please let me bombard you with a 35-year-old man attempting to learn.
Yeah, when's finals? Do they do finals in high school?
No.
They don't do finals. That's the thing. Also,
they just do tests.
Do they have iPads? Like what's the situation here? When I walk in, are there still chalkboards? Do people still have chalkboards? Are they desks? Are they comfy seats?
I assume there's still desks. It's not like the world changed.
I don't know. When I was in school, they used to you're not not that much younger than me, but I'm old enough that things changed from the time you were in school and I was.
I mean, yeah, it's been 10 years since I was in high school.
Correct, and I graduated 16 years ago from high school. I want to know how much has changed.
Dude, I bet it's not as much as you think.
I don't know.
This is a moment where Kyle would be here and say, hey, Ben, why do you think there's referendums for school districts all the time?
Ron and the Key, you're up on the Carbless Talk and Text line. I got to go to class, right?
You should make this into a series. It should be like Billy Madison. You can start in my wife's 3-year-old kindergarten.
Oh, come on.
You don't get to advance until you advance.
Now, this is a good idea, Ron.
Well, yeah, this is Billy Madison. This is not original. He goes through every grade.
My mom was a second grade teacher for a long time. We could start in the second grade.
RIP former people on this show coming up with ideas that already existed. But I still think it would make a good weekly segment. I'm sure you could find some online textbook sponsor for the weekly segment.
He's getting ahead of us.
Now he's getting ahead of
you
himself.
You guys are both moving a million miles an hour. By the way, Ben messaged this guy back
20 minutes ago. I don't even know if he's going to be like, yeah, that's a good idea. I'll get you in touch with the superintendent or the principal.
Sorry, Ben, we have 18 classes left for the year. We've really got to lock in our finals. Can't have a 35-year-old hooligan messing it up.
I feel like I am in college again, or in my single days, where you send a message to a girl that you liked, and you're constantly looking at your phone to see if they're going to respond.
Did he
read it? Is he going to get? But he got back to me at 1:13, so he could be done with his class, and they could be in. See, I don't even know the terms. Not recess. When you walk around for the
passing time,
passing period or whatever it is. So
again, that just means he has 5 minutes until he teaches another class.
I don't know. Don't you get out of school 2:30? Don't you get out of school 2:30, 3 o'clock?
3 o'clock.
That's how he listens to Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust at 3 o'clock. Should I go? Should I go to class?
See if he can call in. I'd like to talk to him.
Well, I don't want to now. Again, going back to the girl, chasing a girl thing. You don't want to be the double texter,
brother. You've texted him 100 things already.
Yeah, 100 things in one text. So I don't want to add another. I gotta go to class. I gotta see if I can pass a high school level class. If he wants to see if they're also, what does it say about those?
You've missed the entire semester.
What does it say about his students if he needs to see if they're smarter than me? That's another thing. If you said I got 3 out of 15 right on that.
What branch of government makes laws?
The legislative.
That's right. Good job.
I think that's one of the only ones I got right.
What branch of government enforces laws?
Well, there's 2 more. There's the judicial and the legislative, judicial, and legislative, judicial.
I promise this teacher's kids in his class are smarter than you. The 3 branches of government, you can only name 2.
No. Just give me a hint. What does it start with?
No, I'm not giving you a hint. You should know this.
Legislative, judicial. I would be here for the rest of the show. You got to give me a hint. Do you want me to look it up? You got to just give me a hint.
I'm not giving you a hint.
Then I'm going to look it up.
If I give you a hint, you're going to get it. There's 3 branches. You shouldn't need a hint.
Legislative,
we were taught this when
judicial,
we were 6.
And...
Yep, it starts with an E.
Executive. Yeah? Yes? Just say it. All right, I'm looking it up.
It's executive.
All right. That's all I was looking for. All right, we're going to see. We'll have real-time updates if the high school teacher gets back to me. I can't wait to go to class. Homer of the Homer Hour said something yesterday when he joined us for a brief second that is a continuation of a conversation we had yesterday about the Green Bay Packers, and if you believed at 9-3-1, and if they get all their guys back and they had a good offseason, like what's stopping you from saying they're winning the Super Bowl? Homer came in and just said, what's special about this team? So I simply ask, as we go through this, what do you think is special about this Green Bay Packers team next year? What can you say is special about this team? 800-990-3776. What you could say is special about me, there's a long list, maybe opposite of what we're going here for the Green Bay Packers, but we'll hit that with you on Kyle and Brust, Ben Brust, Alex Strouf for 3 hours, awaiting a text from a high school teacher. It sounded weird. Next.
Watch your step. You're with Kyle and Brust.
Kyle, have you ever heard of him prior to the Packers signing him?
No.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. Brew Crew Tuesdays are back on May 12th.
Churio sends it deep to left, and there she goes!
Catch the Brewers on local TV as they play the San Diego Padres.
Yelich launches one deep right center field. Forget about it. Oh, my goodness. Third deck.
Brew Crew Tuesdays are presented by Construction Business Group. Tune in May 12th at 6:40 on Fox 6 in Milwaukee, or check your local listings to watch the game.
You've already put in the work. Now there's a way to make it count towards your degree. At Lakeland University, your work and life experience can earn you college credit, helping you finish faster, saving time and money. With flexible evening and online classes, plus multiple start dates, Lakeland fits your life. Study 100% online at one of our 6 locations across Wisconsin or on our residential campus in Sheboygan County. Customize your degree to fit your life, your goals, your future, without missing the moments that matter, at work or at home. Your experience matters here. Lakeland University. Experience it your way.
No matter what business you're in, as the #1 SBA lender in Wisconsin, Summit Credit Union helps your vision take shape with loan programs, great rates, and strategic solutions.
Awarded the #1 SBA lender by the Small Business Administration of Wisconsin in 2025.
I need a little range, step to the range, come on, meet me at the
Introducing the new Chick-fil-A Jalapeno Ranch Club Sandwich. With that juicy Chick-fil-A chicken on a buttermilk ranch bun, jalapeno ranch sauce, and pickled jalapenos, it's a little ranch with a lot of kick. The new Chick-fil-A Jalapeno Ranch Club with original spicy or grilled filet. Available for a limited time only. Order ahead on the Chick-fil-A app.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter. It's Mike with Infinity Exteriors. I've seen it all, Wisconsin. Sketchy sales gimmicks for low-quality windows, siding that costs more than a new home, fly-by-night roofers. 60,000 happy customers made a better choice. Infinity Exteriors roofing, siding, and windows all come with our lifetime workmanship warranty, no overcharges, and transparent pricing. At Infinity Exteriors, we're on a mission to save our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Visit infinityexteriors.com.
Looking for a better spot for your next team outing or client meeting? Welcome to Veer North, Milwaukee's upscale sports bar, designed for more than just game day. It's ESPN Milwaukee's Alex Strouf. Veer North, located on Milwaukee's east side, your go-to for catching the big game, happy hour, or your next group outing. This is more than your average sports bar. Elevated food, craft cocktails, and a modern atmosphere. Perfect for off-site meetings and entertaining clients. And when the game's on, you've got the best seat in the house. Veer North, Milwaukee's east side destination for business and game day alike.
If you are a junior or senior, a graduating senior, or a parent of a high school basketball player with a goal of playing college basketball, visit the DME Academy Wisconsin program on the beautiful campus of St. John's in Delafield. Training starts in August with top-flight coaches, facilities, and academics. You will play against the top players and teams and in front of college coaches across America. Ignite your dream of playing college basketball. Google DME at St. John's Northwestern Academy on the campus of St. John's in Delafield.
Right now, more than 100,000 children waiting in foster care need our help. The Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoption is focused on finding them safe, permanent homes. Learn more at davethomasfoundation.org.
Have no fear, the chaos is here. Lucky you. This is Kyle and Brust on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Ben Brust, no Kyle Wallace, Alex Strouf running the show. It's us two hanging out with you across ESPN Wisconsin, 800-990-3776. That is the Carbless Talk and Text line. Less is more. And as I mentioned, something's been sticking with me. And that is when Homer came in yesterday and was just like, what's special about this team? What's special? What's special coming into 2026? And I think it's an interesting question. Obviously, it's very broad. But, Strouf, if I were to ask you last year what was special about the Seattle Seahawks, what would you say?
Pass rush was really good.
The defense as a whole was ridiculous. But, yes, the pass rush was good, but the defense holistically was great.
Sure, holistically.
Special teams, defensive touchdowns.
Yeah, Rashid Shaheed was really good. But, I mean, when you look at the Super Bowl, what made the ultimate difference, it was their ability to get after Drake May and obviously beat up a rookie offensive lineman on the left side whose name I'm blanking on. But
Will Campbell.
Thank you. And I just think when you look at that, the Packers lost that when Michael Parsons went down.
We're going to go quicker here. That's one example of many. When I tell you the Philadelphia Eagles, when they won, what stood out to you about the Philadelphia Eagles?
Pass rush. Same answer.
They were special.
Yeah.
They had so many guys, and there was a mass exodus of guys going to get contracts, but they were unbelievable at that position group. I would say the Kansas City Chiefs in back-to-back years, I would say Andy Reid and Mahomes. Like, that's pretty simple. You can add Chris Jones in there from a defensive standpoint, like when he was in his prime. Then you get going back, and it's Tampa Bay Buccaneers. What's special about that? The greatest quarterback of all time played for them. Then it was the first Mahomes. Then it was the Patriots again with Brady. That Eagles team who beat the Patriots despite Nick Foles being the quarterback was one of the most full, like, elite top-to-bottom rosters, and Foles played well. My point is if they're going to win a Super Bowl, I want to know what people believe is special in the 2026 Green Bay Packers. Because the first thing that comes to mind is very easy. It's one player is the problem. It's Micah Parsons. Micah Parsons is special. What else is special about this team? 800-990-3776. I see a lot of, like, Matt LaFleur's eyebrows, and that's funny, but, like, I'm kind of serious. Like, if this team from a continuation of yesterday is going to win a Super Bowl for the first time since 2010, what is different about them? I think they should be better. I really do. Obviously, as crazy as it sounds being 9-3-1, they should be better than what they were last year. Because of the fact that you can't be worse than what you were at special teams. You got a punt and kick returner. You drafted competition at the kicker spot, which lost you games. You had a great punt coverage and punter. So special teams, I already feel better about, which has been like one of the worst things the Packers have had over the last 10 years. Jordan Love in his third year was he's gotten better each year. Obviously, he was healthier, but he's the most consistent he was. Tucker Kraft was on pace to be an all-pro, in my opinion, before getting hurt. Watson, Reed, and Golden, I believe in. Josh Jacobs, I believe in. You have a new defensive coordinator and a lot of, I'd say, not a lot of playmakers, but some good playmakers. Xavier McKinney was an all-pro. Evan Williams is an up-and-coming stud. the linebacker position is kind of like up for grabs. Edgerrin Cooper took a step back, but he's shown you don't become NFC Player of the Week as a rookie on accident. That means you have something in you. So if they're healthy and you believe in the Goody made the right moves this offseason, they should be better, but is better good enough? Does it mean like they're special enough to win a Super Bowl? Strouf, if I told you after talking about the other Super Bowl winning teams, what makes this team special? Because you're the Packer backer. You believe they can win a Super Bowl, but what makes them special that they can?
Yeah, I think right now you don't have a ton of things you can write home about in terms of special. I think to your point that you just made when you listed several players, nicely done. I think they're good in a lot of areas, if not all areas. I think if you're going to get to a point where you can win a Super Bowl, and I think they're there, you obviously need a step. So the number one thing that I think needs to stick out is the pass catchers. The pass catchers need to elevate the special this year if they're going to be Super Bowl champions.
I think you jumped ahead.
What do you mean did I jump ahead?
It all goes back to the person throwing them the ball.
Yeah, and I think
he needs to be special.
Sure. I tend to agree, especially in the postseason. I think we're all comfortable with the fact that he's a top 10 quarterback.
We know he's a really good quarterback. Right. He's gotten better from year 1 to year 2 to year 3. He threw 4 touchdowns in a playoff game in which you can place blame on whoever you want. Brandon McManus, Matt LaFleur, the offensive line, which gave up a ton of pressure to Jordan Love in the second half of the game when the Bears, who don't have a pass rush, just sent guys to try and mix up the game plan to try and get the ball in their hands. But again, like, I'm trying to figure out, because again, Homer's like, they're good, not great. Goody and LaFleur, they're good, not great. And that's just stuck in my head. Is it just going to be good, not great again? Are they going to win double-digit games, maybe win the division? But even if they win the division, are they good enough to go to great and elevate to a Super Bowl level team?
I think to Homer's point, the one thing that Packers fans should feel better about is that for the first time in a few years, at least in the offseason messaging, it feels like Brian Gutekunst and Matt LaFleur are on the same page. And his great communication, something that's been holding this team back the last 2 years, instead of a 7 seed that held them back from winning division championships. I don't think it's the only thing that held them back, but it seems like Brian Gutekunst's messaging and Matt LaFleur's messaging has been different. If you look at, I bring up the pass catchers, their messaging this offseason on the wide receivers is very different than it's been the last 2 years. It was always about, our superpower is wide receiver one by committee, the six-headed monster we have at wide receiver. Now this year is, Romeo Doubs and Dontavian Wicks are gone, but that's no problem. It's more opportunity for our highest competitor, or our highest achievers, our highest output guys. Matthew Golden and Christian Watson are going to get more balls thrown their way now. This is a great thing. The guys that are the best in that room, the cream is rose, both of them with that messaging this offseason. So I think it seems finally that LaFleur and Gutekunst, because I think both of them are really good. I think LaFleur is good enough to win a Super Bowl as a head coach. I think Gutekunst
I can't agree with that based off the late game decision making, the blown leads, the time management, situational.
Sure,
that's been my thing.
I could totally agree that last year was not his best, but I still think he's a really good head coach, if not a top 5 head coach in the National Football League and a top 5 offensive mind. And I think when you have that, that's more rare to get than like a elite general manager like a Howie Roseman. I think if one of these two guys is more replaceable, it's Brian Gutekunst.
Steve chimes in. Steve-O. Offensively, the only special player when healthy is, I think he meant players, is Tucker Kraft and Zach Tom. I don't think you can win a Super Bowl with those two guys being your special players. Like, again, it has to be Jordan Love a part of that mix. Defensively, the only special players are Xavier McKinney and Micah Parsons. And that's where I'm getting to is it goes back to the argument of each Super Bowl winning team and Super Bowl teams that play in that game have 5 to 6 all-pros consistently. Can the Packers get to that? We had the all-pro tracker last year, started to dwindle when injuries happened. And I guess I could make a list of people that have the potential to be all-pro, but it's hard to be all-pro. Jordan Love would have to be super special to pass up the guys that are already like shoo-ins just because they're huge names. The Josh Allens, the Patrick Mahomes coming off of injury, Lamar Jackson. You can just name guys, and he's got to surpass them. And the way you surpass them is playoff success. That's how he becomes special, is if he does something special in the playoffs. 800-990-3776 is the Carbless Talking text line. Don chimes in, the 2010 Super Bowl team was hungry and the entire roster was motivated, and it was next man up. LaFleur has never been able to motivate anyone to be better. I mean, the only thing I can't argue against it when you have 3 straight 7 seeds. 3 straight 7 seeds. So, hard to argue against that. Matt chimes in. As we were going through Super Bowl winning teams, we have the defensive coordinator that helped the Eagles win the Super Bowl. No doubt. But what he had with the Eagles, we have to find out if the Packers have the talent and depth that unbelievable defensive line did for the Philadelphia Eagles. What's special about the Packers, you tell us. Kyle and Brust with Ben Brust and Alex Strouf. No, Kyle, 800-990-ESPN is the Carbless Talk and text line. We will go to Eric in Waukesha. You're up on the Carbless Talk and text line.
I'm a little confused. Hey, guys. The whole thought of, like, they have to be special. Who on the Patriots was special last year? Is Drake May special? Is Sam Bradford special? You got to have a good team.
Oh, Sam Darnold, are you saying? For the
yeah, Sam Darnold, sorry.
It was the Seattle defense that brought up for them.
You got to have a good team that gets lucky with injuries. And, you know, if every starting quarterback that you face goes down, that helps too. But we got to have a good, solid team. Special is overrated. Look at just the last year's Super Bowl.
See, that's where I disagree. Seattle's defense and special teams was special, and I'm not talking about the entire team. It could be a unit. It needs to be something that you look at and you know what you're going to get every game from that unit. They're going to be elite. Like the Houston Texans last year, I knew that their pass rush and their defense was elite. It wasn't good enough at other areas, but like, what can the Packers game by game look at and be like, that's going to carry us?
I think Eric makes a fair point, though, in terms of just being a well-rounded group, right? Like,
but how has that gotten them? Where has that gotten them?
I don't know that they've been well-rounded. Special teams has been a blunder for how many years in a row. Defenses have had holes galore. Talk about the second half against Chicago in the postseason. And you were without what you referred to as really the only special thing they had last year in Micah Parsons defensively. So, yes, I think if you have Micah Parsons back, if you have Tucker Kraft dead, I think those are two guys you circle with a Sharpie and say they looked like they were special prior to their injuries.
No, they didn't look like it. They were special prior to the injuries.
But you were without them. So it's hard to say, yeah, you know, they're still expected to get the Super Bowl. You get both those guys back, and I bring up pass catchers. I brought up the wide receivers before. Tucker Kraft's a part of that. That can be a special group. If Micah Parsons comes back, I think the defense can be a special group. Now, I worry about the cornerback position. Are you okay?
Cramping in the left hammy.
Where is Kyle?
Kyle's sick.
You sent him home?
We sent him home.
Okay, got it.
I'm not going to disclose. He just looked like he looked like death.
Oh, good. Good.
You got to send somebody home that it was one thing and then it was another thing and it was another thing. It's like, what are you doing, dude? Get out of here.
Persevering. What a warrior.
I respect the grind, but it's sooner or later you just got to go home.
Got it. Okay. Good to know.
Did you really not know that?
Well, I knew he was leaving, but I was kind of just told, hey, it's you and Ben, and so I was like, okay, great, we'll do the show.
Yeah,
we'll do it live. We'll do it live.
Do live.
But okay. Anyway, so now you're cramping because you're solo hosting in there. Have you drank water today? Now
I don't hydrate
Now
enough.
I'm worried about you.
I'll be.
Is it going to be down to just me at some point? Is it just going to be me and Gardo kicking it in an hour?
Greg Gard at 3:30 with Alex Strouf.
I'm a little worried back here.
I can't wait to leave the show at 3:29 as Gard joins on the video stream, and it's you too. It'll be like ESPN Wisconsin Coaches Week all over again.
We're getting into the nitty gritty. Talk to me about what you saw in the portal.
That's your question?
Yeah.
What you saw in the portal?
Well, I am curious, and this is a little nerdy. I don't think you're going to ask this today because I'm much more curious about Chris McIntosh leaving and how that affects him. And
of course, I'm going to ask how the departure of the athletic director will affect him.
I didn't say you should ask that. I said I know that is more important than the question I'm curious about. More curious about the 76-team tournament, the expansion that was announced yesterday. But I am curious about how you evaluate talent in the portal. Because you only have so much money to spend, so are you not evaluating maybe somebody that's viewed as like a top 5 guy because you probably can afford them, because you need to fill more spots? Are you looking, how do you land a Tanjay? How do you land a Nick Boy? I'm fascinated by the portal experience, but I don't know if we'll have time for that today.
I'll you know what? You're going to get one question with Gard. You get one question. All right?
Okay.
Make sure it's good.
Okay, I can work on that.
In between Madison, Milwaukee, and Green Bay is not just good, but great racing at the legendary 14-turn road course called Road America, America's National Park of Speed. Stay for the weekend and camp on site. Bring the family. You can have hot dogs for breakfast, brats for lunch, burgers for dinner, steak for dessert. Like, you can bring in food, you can bring in drinks. It's just a heck of a time. And when you bring the whole family, kids 16 and under get in free with the paying adult at the gate. And a great Father's Day opportunity for you to enjoy at Road America is IndyCar. June 18th through the 21st. That Sunday, the 21st, is going to be an awesome time. I think for Father's Day, I might say, this is what I want to do, wife. So I'm going to go get my tickets at roadamerica.com, which you can too. That's roadamerica.com. Yesterday, our now sick Kyle Wallace shooed the Bears away. And I think that's a mistake. And I think Strouf does too. And I think a lot of people yesterday thought it was a little off by Kyle. Just be like, yeah, I forget them. That's next.
You're experiencing Kyle and Brust.
Roughishly.
What two words did he combine? He wanted to combine partially with rough.
Yeah, roughishly.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Hey, it's Kyle Wallace, and April is the perfect time to reset your home for the long run. And Universal Windows Direct makes that decision so easy. Right now, when you buy 2 windows, you get 2 free, and there's no limit. Plus, you'll get 24 months with no payments and no interest. They're also offering a $500 bonus off your next home improvement project. Call 414-410-2000 or visit universalwindowsdirect.com to schedule your free in-home estimate today. And like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows. When you're getting married, the rings matter. There's something you wear for a lifetime. That's why my fiance and I went to Paul's Jewelers. Paul's Jewelers specializes in custom jewelry for life's biggest moments. Lab-grown or natural diamonds, great pricing, and a lifetime warranty, so your jewelry can be refurbished, repaired, or refitted anytime down the road. Their team made the entire process easy and stress-free. I can't wait to show off my wedding band after our big day. Create your masterpiece today by visiting Paul's Jewelers in West Allis.
The Run for the Roses is coming to St. Kate the Arts Hotel. Join us Saturday, May 2nd for the Kentucky Derby Day in partnership with Woodford Reserve. Watch the race live, sip on specialty cocktails including the classic mint julep, and dress to impress. Best hat and best dress contests are on the card. Admission is free, or you can upgrade to VIP for $75 for exclusive food stations and 2 complimentary cocktails. Visit stkatearts.com to RSVP or grab your tickets at stkatearts.com.
Need a quick, delicious way to fuel your day? Try one of our new protein power plays from Cousin Subs. Power ham, power turkey, power club, power tuna. 4 craveable 5-inch subs on freshly baked Italian bread. Packed with protein, up to 33 grams. All for just $7.99 for a limited time. It's the flavor you love with the fuel you need. Grab a protein power play in store, online, or on the Cousin Subs app today. Cousin Subs, we believe in better.
We have standards in Wisconsin. Cheese should squeak. Sports and tailgating go hand in hand with brats aplenty. And beef is a delicacy where each bite makes you close your eyes for a second. For 50 years, Bunzel's has been hand-selecting the finest beef, making homemade specialty sausages, and crafting award-winning jerky right here at home. Because Wisconsin is still cattle country, quality isn't optional. It's expected. And after 5 decades, Bunzel's still delivers. Stop in today at 90th and Burleigh or at bunzels.com.
It's time for the Milwaukee Baseball Report on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by National Liquor Mart. Packed with the best beer, liquor, seltzer, and spirits deals in town. Located at 16th and National in Milwaukee. Open 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. daily, where your satisfaction is their plan of action.
The Brewers were able to avoid getting swept by the Pittsburgh Pirates with a 5-0 win in Game 3 of the weekend series. Starting pitcher Kyle Harrison was phenomenal, going 6 innings, allowing just 1 hit, no runs, and a career-high 12 strikeouts.
2 strikes, Harrison again winds and fires. Struck him out! He strikes out the side in the 6th and a new career high for Kyle Harrison. He's got a dozen strikeouts.
The homestand continues for the Crew as they will host the Arizona Diamondbacks for a 3-game set. I'm Will Summers.
This has been the Milwaukee Baseball Report on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by National Liquor Mart.
The pulse of the Milwaukee Bucks.
straight from a Bucks legend.
Can't get it off. Marcus Johnson will, though. Can't leave him alone for a call.
Tap into Here District with Marcus Johnson on Bucks Plus. Marcus and his son Chris offer a weekly beat on Bucks basketball. Get your questions answered and hear from the biggest names in basketball. Find Here District with Marcus Johnson at bucks.com/plus on the Bucks app or wherever you get your podcasts. Let the good times roll. Kyle and Brust are back on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Ben Brust, no Kyle Wallace, Alex Strouf running the show. It's just us two hanging out with you at 800-990-3776, the Carbless Talk and Text line. This is more or on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison, of course, the ESPN Wisconsin app. It is a Weed Man Wednesday here. And trust me, your lawn is a reflection of the hard work that you put in. Sometimes you need a little help. You can have that lush green, weed-free yard that makes the neighbors stop and stare. And that is where Weed Man Lawn Care comes in. It is kid and pet friendly. Have a kid and pets, so that's huge. And they use that golf course quality fertilizer and effective weed control to make it a winning game plan for you. Get a free quote by going to weedman.com. Get 50% off your first treatment, half off at weedman.com. Weedman for the win. So yesterday, Strouf, I think you and I made eye contact. Is that fair to say? When Kyle Wallace was we were discussing next year in the division and you know how the Packers have been consistent in which they haven't won the division, but they've made the playoffs the last 3 years. Obviously, they missed it in 22 and Rodgers last year, and they've made the playoffs in the Love LaFleur era. They've been a 7 seed all 3 times, but in that span, the Detroit Lions went to an NFC Championship game, went 15-2, and then missed the playoffs. The Bears last year won the division. And, of course, you have the 2 games in which you were up and blew second-half leads. The difference being is, like, again, this isn't like a Caleb Williams is a Superman, and like I think he's the greatest quarterback of all time. Sure, he was very clutch in moments. I still don't believe in his overall abilities yet. He's very clutch. Can't take it away from him. But it's Ben Johnson. And like Kyle wrote off the Bears yesterday. It's like, they're going to be the Commanders. And I don't know if I feel that way. Like, Ben Johnson is different, and this Bears team feels different than what was that old Commanders team that made a run, and, like, then he got injured. When injuries aside, they weren't a good team. They weren't good enough with or without Jaden Daniels last year. I think it's disingenuous to write off the Chicago Bears, especially when they beat you 2 of 3 times you played them. Fair?
I think it's fair, aside from the results of the 2 meltdowns. But, they were the best team in the NFC North last year, whether you look at the regular season results or the playoff win. To his point, though, I don't think it's sustainable to have 7 come-from-behind wins or 6, whatever they had, right? I just don't think that's sustainable. I don't know that their defense is very good. I do think they have one of the best offensive minds calling the shots offensively. I think Caleb Williams is the best quarterback they've had in a long time. So I think this is a really good division for a reason. I think it's stupid to write them off. I really do, as much as I want to, because I hate them. But they're a good team. They have a
you
good
asked
coach.
for this. You wanted them to be good. I still think that's fascinating. We'll get to this in a second. Ernie in a barn chimes in and says something out loud as a Packer fan. The Bears have the best team in the division. Get used to it.
I don't think that's true.
I can't stand them. I don't think they're the best team in the division. I think it's the 3 teams. The Lions, the Bears, and the Packers. Again, the Packers haven't won the division.
Since Rodgers, yeah.
Since Rodgers. So it's so hard for me to sit here and be like, they're going to do it. Like, they have to prove it. They have to go do it. Now, they were in position last year. Injuries derailed it. 9-3-1 isn't anything to scoff at.
Yep.
Micah doesn't get hurt.
You know what is something to scoff at, though? Losing 5 in a row to end your season. That's something to scoff at.
Are you saying you're putting value? Are you is that in your head going into next year?
The fact that they lost 5 in a row to end the season, yeah. I don't think it'll carry over. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying
you're just pointing that out.
You said 9-3-1 is nothing to scoff at, but losing 5 in a row to end your season to end 9-8-1, that's something to scoff at.
especially again when
even without Micah.
Again, like I said,
you can't lose 5 in a row.
The 21-3
Micah.
lead, like with second stringer, should be possible.
Yeah.
Maybe a stretch, but you get my point. Like, it just can't happen. That can't happen, especially when they gave you the blueprint of how they came back in the second game that the Packers play the Bears, and you let them do it again.
Yeah, what happened on December 20th, unacceptable. You probably shouldn't have lost in Denver, but I'll give you a pass. They were a really good team. What happened against Baltimore shouldn't have happened. What happened against Chicago in the playoffs shouldn't have happened. You should have at least been 3-2 in that 5-game stretch, and you were 0-5. So certainly disappointing. But when it comes to the roster, I think the way Ernie and Barn phrased it was they have the best team. I don't think that's accurate. I think if you look at the rosters as they are in their entirety, it probably goes Detroit, Green Bay, Chicago in terms of on paper. Now, coaching matters, quarterback play matters, but it's anybody's game. Potawatomi Sportsbook has the Bears as the third best odds to win the division of those three.
I hate to say it, but like that's the best value out there.
Well, sure, because they're over plus 300. I think it's plus 320.
Correct, and they won the division last year. The Packers haven't done it.
Yeah, they play a first-place schedule, which will hurt. Detroit, we need to figure out exactly what they are as they're aging, but they still have probably on paper the best roster.
Here's one thing I'll say. When Strouf brings up the first-place schedule, when you win your division, you play other teams that also won the division that last year, right? You obviously have your divisional games, but in the other conferences that you end up matching up against, you end up playing the top teams. My problem with that is, Strouf, how many times does this happen? It happens every year, where when the schedule release happens, and I'm sure we'll have a schedule release show after everything's leaked by the time the schedule release show happens on ESPN and on ESPN Wisconsin when we do our show here. You look at a schedule and you say, oh, that game's hard, that game's hard, that game hard, that game's hard. And then it ends up being opposite. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's always games you point out that you're like, oh, that's going to be the biggest game of the season. Then it's not, right? Like, things change. So it's hard for me to be like, oh, they got the first place schedule. Until you see how it lays out and where the season goes, I don't put too much stock in anything before the season gets started.
And same excuse Packers fans have been using the last half an hour. Of course, injuries matter, right? If the Bears aren't healthy, if Caleb Williams goes down, or somebody goes down, right? It's going to change the outlook of your season. Is it impossible to say they will miss the playoffs? No, of course not. Even if they're fully healthy, they could certainly miss the playoffs, but it'd be dumb. It'd be naive. It'd be irresponsible to sit here and say, well, the Bears have no chance because they won the division. They own the North in 2025. They beat the Packers twice in epic meltdown, come from behind fashion, which is disappointing, and it should piss you off, and it should make you angry, and it should make you upset. But at the end of the day, the facts are the facts. The Bears won the division. They beat you twice.
And Ben Johnson kind of has one-upped Matt LaFleur right now in that head-to-head battle.
I'm not going to agree with you, but I can't disagree with you.
I think by saying what you said is saying what you don't want to say out loud. Is that fair?
We're really bad at just making the point, aren't we? Yeah.
That's why I said it. I said, what do you mean we're really bad? You're really bad. I said Ben Johnson is one-up Matt LaFleur right now.
I'm bad at doing it. It's that I don't want to do it. There is a definite difference between wanting to and not
as a Packer backer, I don't blame you for not wanting to utter the words that Ben Johnson has one-up Matt LaFleur right now.
It's irresponsible to write them off, but to say they might not make the playoffs is not irresponsible because this division is that good, and I don't think all three are getting out.
See, back-to-back right here on the Carbus Talk and Text line. The Bears were the luckiest and healthiest team in the division last year. Then Scott and Racine, let's face it, unfortunately, Ben Johnson is a better coach and is more up to the small details than LaFleur. LaFleur needs to take a chip off the Johnson shoulder. But again, you can't you can't change who you are. You can't this is the same conversation we had when the Lions were good. Oh, he needs to be more like Dan Campbell. Now we're hearing, he needs to be more like Ben Johnson. Just needs to win the division is what he needs to do.
He needs to be a better head coach and a better play caller than he was a year ago. He just does. Last year was by far his worst year in terms of the X's and O's, the fundamentals, the time management, the decision making. It was his worst year.
You got to make a phone call. I got a text from a Packer Hall of Famer, host of Wilde and Tausch, Mark Tauscher. He texted us. He said, "You calling? I don't sit by the phone like you." So we're going to give him a call on the other side.
He said, "I'm definitely out today," 3 hours ago.
I'm just saying, I'm passing along the news. Clearly, you're having miscommunications with Mark Tauscher.
You're on the group text.
you could have texted him on the side. I don't know. But if old T is telling you to call him, you call him. So we might have Mark Tauscher, Packer Hall of Famer, next.
You're surviving Kyle and Brust
Ben is crazy. Strouf is emotional. I don't want to get in between none of this.
on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. With Wilde and Tausch, you won't miss a play.
Yeah, coaching matters a lot, and we've fallen short. Those are the facts. Matt LaFleur's on the clock, man. And I know he got an extension, but I'll say this. If they revert and don't get better, you're evaluated on your results.
Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Everybody knows, it's championship or bust. That is what Green Bay is. And unfortunately, we've had 15 years of bust.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN, ESPN Milwaukee's YouTube channel, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Heck yeah! It's ESPN Wisconsin's Alex Strouf for Robert Hack Diamonds. 3 locations in the Milwaukee area, 2 in Brookfield, 1 in Greenfield, where I went, to buy my fiance's dream engagement ring. You don't become Wisconsin's most trusted and respected name in diamonds on accident. Robert Hack Diamonds has been in Wisconsin for almost 80 years, serving the Milwaukee area and all of the state with top-notch customer service and all the help you need along the way. I had no idea what I was doing. I knew I got the girl right, but I wanted to get the diamond right too, and Robert Hack Diamonds made sure that happened. If you're looking to take that next step just like I did, there's only one place to go. That's Robert Hack Diamonds, 3 locations in the Milwaukee area. Tell them I sent you, and whether you like me have no idea what you're doing or have a really good idea of what you're doing, go to the best in Wisconsin. You want that day to be special, and you want that ring to be special. They created my fiance's dream engagement ring, and they can create yours too. Visit them online, roberthackdiamonds.com, or in Greenfield or Brookfield. And just like me, you'll leave that store saying, heck yeah, because of Robert Hack Diamonds.
From large manufacturer to local pizza shop and every business in between, Summit Credit Union helps your vision take shape with loan programs, great rates, and strategic solutions. Whatever you're building, you've got this. And Summit Credit Union's got you.
Hail damage? Siding Unlimited is here to help. We are not the storm chasers. That's important. Siding Unlimited doesn't chase storms. However, if the storm comes into our area like it just did, we're always available to help. Why is that important? Storm chasers skip town, leaving you with a roof with 0 warranty. Siding Unlimited uses a roofing system that will get you a 50-year warranty on parts, pieces, and workmanship. Siding Unlimited will be there if you have a call down the road. Siding Unlimited is your local family partner on this project. We're here for you. Siding Unlimited. New roofing, siding, windows, and doors. Call Siding Unlimited or visit sidingunlimited.com today.
2026 Brewers Group tickets are on sale now, and planning your next event at American Family Field has never been easier. Whether it's a company outing, family reunion, or night out with friends, bring your group of 15 or more to the ballpark and enjoy up to 25% off single game tickets with no service fees. All Brewers home games are available now. Start planning today, and a Brewers Group ticket rep will handle the rest. But hurry, tickets are moving fast. Plan your 2026 outing at brewers.com/groups.
Got your tax refund? Before it mysteriously disappears, invested in something you'll actually see every day. Your home. At Exterior Pros and Baths, turn that refund into energy-efficient windows, durable roofing, new siding, or a beautiful bath remodel. And they'll take it even further with $3,000 off your project. That's $3,000 in instant savings during the April savings event. But don't wait, this offer won't last long. Call 262-800-4274 or visit extpros.com today. Exterior Pros and Baths. Big savings done right.
Are you or a loved one facing addiction? The Wisconsin Addiction Recovery Helpline offers free and confidential support 24/7. Powered by 211 Wisconsin, local trained specialists can help connect you with local service providers for treatment, peer support, harm reduction tools, and more. Call 211, text your zip code to 898-211, or chat at 211wisconsin.org. Help is waiting. Sponsored by United Way of Wisconsin.
Station updates, show clips, and your place to interact with us every single day just by scrolling through your feed. Follow along on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at ESPN Milwaukee. Watch your step. You're with Kyle and Brust on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
What a pleasure. I mean, this is a great teammate. It doesn't get any better when your producer makes somebody mad and then he becomes the bigger person and joins Kyle and Brust. Without Kyle, Ben Brust, Strouf running the show. It's Mark Tauscher. He's a Packer Hall of Famer. He's a Super Bowl champ. He's the host of Wilde and Tausch, 9 to noon across these very stations. Color analyst for the Badger Radio Network. He's everywhere. What's up, T?
Good afternoon, fellas. How are we today?
Good. Did I hear you have a woodpecker problem?
Yeah, we get woodpecker issues at the house.
Dude, I had that last year. It's horrible.
Yeah. What'd you do?
I can't really say on air if you get what I'm getting at.
I do. I get. Yeah, because yeah, I do, and I won't go into
Yeah, we can't elaborate, and then you got to get the CDs, like the shiny CDs, and put them up there.
Yeah, we had a ton of great feedback from our fans this morning. There's tinfoil, there's mirrors, there's wind chimes, there's an owl.
I have a plastic owl sitting in my front yard.
Yeah, an owl is going to be something we definitely look at, but as is the case, I think, and this is what I know we do on our show, and there's maybe some Brewers talk or things, we go get experts. So we're going to get a woodpecker expert to come out and hopefully, in a nice way, handle the issues that are coming with having a woodpecker. And now it's two woodpeckers. I think the one is having so much fun that another one is joined in. So we obviously want to nip that before, we don't have a house left.
I have a quick follow-up question because not a homeowner. I still rent, so I don't have woodpecker issues, and if I do, I don't deal with them myself. What's with the reflective items? What does that do? Tinfoil CDs?
Again, we're not experts. We trust the experts,
I'm just reciting back what a text line, that's where that information came from. So I don't know. I'm guessing they're afraid of their own, or they don't want their own
maybe it hurts
reflection to hit them.
Sure.
They must be scared of owls. And then I'm guessing there's also put a pinwheel to distract them so that they go to the pinwheel. Sure. I thought, why don't we just give them a bird feeder and let them go to that? Then we don't really want them around.
Seems logical.
Yeah, there's 6 or 7 different options that we're going to look at. We'll see if my guess is just going to have somebody come out and handle the issue.
One final follow-up question. This one for Ben.
A lot of it'd be double follow-up.
Double follow-up. Second follow-up. This one for Ben, though. I know you can't discuss what you did, but as we've come to learn working together for a long time now, you don't handle any of the issues at your household yourself. So who actually handled the issue?
Well, it wasn't you. I handled that issue, but my dad brought a big ladder as he's in construction. I went up there and I patched up the siding because it's wood siding.
But so you got rid of the woodpeckers prior to patching up the siding or after?
You're asking too many questions. Yes, I took care of the woodpeckers. Tauscher and I were getting at.
I think you definitely say, you know what, we handled the issue, and you don't give any more information.
I think enough follow-ups out of Strouf.
Curiosity killed the cat. I'm just saying.
I'm not. Curiosity will put Benny in jail is my guess here. So that's why I'm thinking we probably don't want to do that.
Mark Tauscher, very well put. The Packer Hall of Famer joining us. I'm Kyle and Brust, no Kyle. Across ESPN Wisconsin. Old T, yesterday, the baseline of this was, if you believe that the Packers were true Super Bowl contenders at 9-3-1 before Micah Parsons went out, and if you believe Goody had a good free agency period / making trades and having a good draft, and you get 4 high-level contributors in Micah Parsons, Tucker Kraft, Zach Tom, and Devontae Wyatt back, what's stopping you from saying they are going to win the Super Bowl? Obviously, there's it's a broad question, but I feel like there should be a confidence level. If they were 9-3-1 and you believed, do you think they did enough for you to believe again?
No doubt. I think there's too many variables, and I'm not going to be disrespectful to the Seattle Seahawks who went out and did it, to the LA Rams who went further than what the Green Bay Packers did, and the Chicago Bears went further than we did. So every year is different. Every year kind of has its own ebbs and flows to it. But last year when this team was healthy, I thought they were as good as anybody, and I thought whoever was going to get that 1 seed in the NFC, I felt like not having to play the Green Bays and the Philadelphia Eagles and the Niners. You only having to get through not having to play the Rams or the Packers. I thought there was 3 teams that were, when healthy, the best in the NFC, and the team that ended up only having to do it once was the team, in the Seattle Seahawks. So that was the key to it. And I think, and I heard you guys a little bit before I came on, I think winning the division's the starting point. I'm not going to sit here, they should win the champion, they should do this. You can go ahead and get that division. You're going to probably be a 1 or a 2 seed. And then all bets are off. If your team is healthy, I don't know why anybody would say this team couldn't go do that. But
do you think it'd be hard to get to the 1 seed in this division, though, based off how good it projects to be?
I would think the West. I would think if I'm in the NFC West, I'm in the Niners, the Rams, or the defending world champions. I'm saying, what are you talking about? Your division, our division. We have more teams last in the playoffs. We got, I think the NFC North is a heck of a division. I think the NFC West is better right now. I don't know how you could tell me it's not.
I think it's fair, I guess, when you have a 15-2 team, take a step back, get that fourth place schedule, the Bears who won the division, the Packers are consistently in it. That's just 3 teams that would be vying for playoff spots based off the last 3 years of consistency with the Packers, what the Detroit Lions did, and we'll see if the Bears are Commanders like, or if Ben Johnson's way more real and this team's more real. But I do want to ask you about this because you were part of championship level teams. When I look back at Super Bowl winning teams, it's almost like I can point out some things that were special about each team, right? We talked about Seattle a little bit a second ago, that defense and special teams, the Eagles' defensive line the year before. You could almost say that Mahomes and Andy Reid and Chris Jones, that core was special. Brady with the Buccaneers, he's a special type player, something you could rely upon. When you look at the Green Bay Packers, do you think they have the best chance to look at a specific unit or side of the football or whatever it is and has a chance to be special?
Yeah, I think the offense has a chance to be special. And that's when you start looking at the weapons that this team can have, both with Tucker Kraft. I think he's one of the best tight ends when healthy. And Christian Watson, along with, hopefully a second-year player that takes a big jump. But right now, you can't really sit here and say, well, this is going to be lock, stock. You can project and you can hope. But as far as saying,
I trust your expert opinion. You've played.
Yeah, well, and I'm telling you, I think the offense has a chance to be, special. Now, there's question marks that I have on the offensive line that I need answered before I am, rubber stamping and say, yeah, that's going to be special. And the reason this team has been a 7th seed the last 3 years is there has not been enough consistent special plays. Micah Parsons, nobody's going to argue. He is a special player. Is there, are there going to be some other guys that elevate? Can, Wyatt stay healthy? He has not stayed. We've kind of, and Jason brought this up the other day. It's almost like we kind of poo-pooed because Christian Watson's been hurt a bunch. And obviously Micah just got hurt. Devontae Wyatt has had a hard time finishing seasons and being healthy, at the end of years. So there's a lot of things that have to fall in line. And there's a lot of guys that I think need to make steps up if you're going to say this is going to be a special team. I think they have the foundation of being a really good football team, but until you go out and play, you don't really necessarily know how special anybody can be.
Old T, it's a big week, Thursday, Friday weekend for Greg Gard, guarding against cancer in Madison. Over $10 million raised since he started it in 2016. When I say that Greg Gard is coming on at 3:30, you get to ask him one question. What's Old T want to know?
Oh, what a good question by you. I don't have anything off the top of my head. I would think the big, how frustrated are you that you have developed a guy like Blackwell and the system has it go the way that it did so that he can't finish his career off in Wisconsin? Because I'm sure all things equal, everybody would have loved to have seen that. Obviously, that is unfortunately not the case. But that would be the question. I already know how he's going to answer it. So that's why I probably won't ask it. But for you that's what I would say to ask.
That's great stuff from Old T, the Packer Hall of Famer, graciously giving his time. Sorry for Strouf's miscommunication. He's not very good at what he does.
He'll be better.
Yeah, he'll get better.
We'll see you next Monday. I think I'll send a text. We'll do something on Monday.
I thought it was Friday next week.
Maybe. We'll see. It all depends which way the woodpecker pecks.
There it is. We're back in 2 minutes after I tell you about IKEA. And if you're looking to transform your home with stylish furniture and home accessories without breaking the bank, you got IKEA in Oak Creek for that. They have comfortable, fashionable sofas, sectionals, kitchens, and so much inspiration when you just walk around. So visit IKEA Oak Creek. And then in the Madison area, you have 2 pickup points now. You have State Street and the Beltline University Bookstore. You order IKEA products online. IKEA family members, you get it next day for absolutely free when you are a family member. So sign up to be an IKEA family member. You got 2 pickup points, IKEA.us, the IKEA app, and you got IKEA Oak Creek in Milwaukee and those 2 great pickup points in Madison. We're back in 2 minutes.
Hey, it's Jason Wilde for Racine Danish Kringles, the official pastry of ESPN Milwaukee. Mother's Day is Sunday, May 10th, and you could send flowers again. Or you could be the hero of the family and send a Kringle. We're talking flaky, buttery, melt-in-your-mouth goodness delivered right to her door in a beautiful Mother's Day gift box. Go classic with her favorite flavor, or go big with a heart-shaped Kringle topped with pink icing. It's fresh, it's delicious, and best of all, you didn't have to bake it. Go to Kringle.com or call 1-800-4DANISH.
Your local bar could be your ticket to a global stage. Michelob Ultra's Soccer Shootout is giving fans the chance to win tickets to the FIFA World Cup 26 at Zocalo on Wednesday, May 6th, starting at 6:30 p.m. Also enjoy Michelob Ultra at Stenny's North Shore, Spanky's, and Elbow Room Cedarburg. Your neighborhood, your shot at the world's biggest game. Play for the chance to witness history. Michelob Ultra, official beer sponsor of the FIFA World Cup 26. Enjoy responsibly. 2026 Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri. No purchase necessary. Open to U.S. residents 21+. Void where prohibited.
Do you know the secret to losing up to 1 pound of fat every day? At Milwaukee Weight Loss, we know the secret. Our doctor-developed, easy-to-follow weight loss program helps you lose weight fast, naturally and safely, and with no drugs or injections with risk of serious side effects, no prepackaged meals, bars, shakes, and no exercising required. Our program helps reset your metabolism so you can keep the weight off for good with a coach for ongoing support. Our program costs up to half as much and works up to twice as fast as most other programs. Go to MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com to schedule your free consultation.
Josh DiMaggio here for Milwaukee Weight Loss. I've been on this journey since January and have already lost 35 pounds. It's been easy, safe, and their team continued to help me reach my goals. Many patients lose 20 to 30 pounds in about a month or two. That's up to a pound per day. And for a limited time, get $200 off the spring special. Book your free consultation at MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com. That's MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com.
Results may vary.
You're listening to 94.5 ESPN, WKTI, and WKTI HD Milwaukee, a Good Karma Brands radio station. Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle and Brust on 94.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube. With Kyle Wallace, here's Ben Brust.
No Kyle Wallace, it's just Ben Brust hanging out with Alex Strouf running the show. We're hanging out with you across ESPN Wisconsin, 800-990-3776. That is the Carbless Talking text line. YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison, and of course the ESPN Wisconsin app. Now, somehow it feels like Tuesday, maybe because Monday's conversation around Brandon Cisse and Benjamin St. Juste took years off my life.
It was much more about Benjamin St. Juste than
correct, which is again, as I've said, a disservice to anyone who had ears on our program or eyes on YouTube.
Maybe it was a service.
Well, who knows? I thought it was entertaining, but we went too in depth on he who must not be named cornerback, the $3 million guaranteed.
Yeah, maybe it's a good. Like I wish Kyle was here, of course, but maybe it's a good thing Kyle's off.
But here's the thing: who do you trust more? Matt Miller of ESPN.com or Kyle Wallace, who's watched 15 minutes of tape on Brandon Cisse?
I'm going to go with Matt Miller. I like Matt Miller.
This straight up. So let's recap together, Strouf. Essentially, and I'm not gonna do the put words in his mouth when he's not here. I think I'm going to be fair and accurate.
Okay.
He likes the pick, but it's a long-term play for him.
Yeah,
he doesn't. He was like, by week 8, that's when I would see him getting in the mix. It's more long-term. This from the top 100 drafted players on ESPN.com. Matt Miller, number 18 of the top 100. Round 2, pick 52 is ranked number 18. Why, Strouf? Because the Packers needed length at cornerback while getting younger and better at the position. Cisse is a press man dream, computer worked dark, with 4.1 speed. Now we're getting to arm length, whatever, long arms. Keyshawn Nixon in the final year of his deal. Cisse could be in for early starting role. Early starting role. Grabbing him 20 spots later than he was ranked shows that GM Brian Gutekunst is still one of the league's best at attacking value and drafting high-leverage positions early. That I have a problem with, the whole LVN thing. High-leverage position early. The Packers were limited on pick capital after the Micah Parsons trade, so this mix of need and value makes it one of my favorite day 2 picks. So I ask you, after all of that, who do you trust more? Matt Miller or Kyle Wallace? What say you, Strouf?
I still say Matt Miller after hearing about that. I'd be curious to see what Cisse's snap count is come week 1, because that obviously was the position of most need, the most important need for Green Bay, and they attacked it early with their first pick in the 2026 NFL draft. Now,
he's going to get every opportunity possible.
You'd think?
No, he will. We heard from Jason Wilde. Like, because of where he was drafted in round 2, their first selection, with how their corners are, like, sure, Keyshawn Nixon will be their number 1 corner.
Yep.
Does he want more money? Does anything happen in training camp? We'll find out.
Yeah, we
but
will.
Regardless, Carrington Valentine is not like,
He's
oh my God,
replaceable.
he has to be on.
Yeah,
He was replaced last year when he wasn't tackling.
Right.
So when you draft somebody there, you're going to give them every opportunity to get on the field.
Yeah, and I hope he does, because that is, I call it the biggest need for a reason. It's because that's the area where the improvement is needed the most, is the cornerback position. So for Cisse, I was thrilled with the pick. I didn't know a ton about him when they drafted him naturally, but now that we've heard more about him and have read more into him and have watched more than 15 minutes of film on him, I think he is a guy who can plug and play right away. So excited to see what impact he can bring. But that's a position group that I still don't feel great about. It's one body. It's one body, and he's a rookie, so naturally what comes with a rookie is rookie mistakes.
But you know what I'd rather have? Somebody who's played that damn position be on the team than moving somebody from wide receiver and saying, hey, we're going to try you out here and you're a rolled ankle.
What position is Bo Melton?
Wide receiver.
I think so too, because they've lost a couple of bodies there, but is he both? Is he neither?
No, this ends that conversation, right? Like that's
Does it? I don't know that it does.
It's like the emergency quarterback.
Yeah, he's probably like,
if all 3 go down, then like he's the skill position player that has to play quarterback for the cornerbacks.
I think your outside corners are Nixon and Cisse, and obviously your slot guy is Bullard, and you'll see some Valentine, and you'll probably see a little bit of St. Juice.
Perfect.
And those are your corners.
Perfect. But again, what I will say is, again, like any preseason ranking, or any ranking without seeing anybody do anything,
it doesn't mean anything.
It doesn't mean anything. But
I like hearing confidence.
I like seeing, like, if you're a Packer, who's not going to like seeing that the 2nd round draft pick, the first pick in your draft for Brian Gutekunst, is ranked 18th out of the top 100. It's not bad to see that.
Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, I think the majority of Packers fans coming out of the draft feel really, really good about what Brian Gutekunst and the Packers did over the weekend, right? I mean, you talk about value. Cisse in the 2nd round, and then this edge rusher out of Penn State, which the Packers already have a pretty darn good one in Micah Parsons, but denied Dennis Sutton. That seems like a value pick in round 4 as well. So
I'll get to DDS a little later.
Oh, I'm jumping the gun.
How do you feel about today's Monte Carlo?
Sad.
Is it finished?
It's done. It's sad.
All right. Well, you know what's not sad? Having Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin come to your home, because it's an exciting process. You're going to renovate your home, make it look beautiful, save money, and you get 0% interest up to 2030 when you get that consultation. Had them come to my house, got the renderings, picked out some things, and the final measurements and final touches will be happening next week. Ross, Joe Franco, Gina Della from Pella's the best. They give you the best product. Pella's been through everything, economy downturns, pandemic, you name it. Like, they make the product. You get the warranty from the manufacturer. It is the best product you will find for windows and doors. So what you do is you go to PellaWI.com, you tell them that Ben sent you, and they might even put a little more on top of that. That's how much Gina loves me, and she will love you because of that. What are we going to do, Strouf?
200,000.
No. Okay, so little background. I was sitting on the couch last night, and I was like, Strouf, I have an idea for 200,000 simulations. It's not going to be fun, but it'll be interesting. But it'll be fun because it's interesting. So give me 200,000 in your real voice. Come on. Come on.
200,000
now,
simulation.
Come on, grow up. Monte Carlo, next.
You're dealing with Kyle and Brust.
I was raised by Mama Wallace, and Mama Wallace said this is absolutely unacceptable.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Southbound on 43, we are backing up from about Hampton all the way down through the Marquette interchange. On southbound 41, slowing down from about Bradley Road all the way down to the Capitol Drive area. Also northbound's backed up a bit from Mayfair Road up past Burleigh. Westbound 94, watch for delays from 27th Street to Hawley Road, from Hawley Road to 35th Street on the eastbound side. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Tonight, partly cloudy skies, a low of 37. Tomorrow, a slight chance for spotty sprinkles, mostly cloudy otherwise, a high of 50. Weather is brought to you by Lake Lawn Resort. Spring is here. Escape to Lake Lawn Resort in the Geneva Lakes region. Enjoy lakeside dining, golf, spa, and more. Plan your getaway at lakelawnresort.com. Everything's better at the lake. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Brew Crew Tuesdays are back on May 12th.
Churio sends it deep to left, and there she goes!
Catch the Brewers on local TV as they play the San Diego Padres.
And Yelich launches one deep right center field. Forget about it. Oh my goodness, third deck.
Brew Crew Tuesdays are presented by Construction Business Group. Tune in May 12th at 6:40 on Fox 6 in Milwaukee, or check your local listings to watch the game.
A huge month of Brewers baseball kicks off with a battle against the Yankees Friday, May 8th through Sunday, May 10th. Catch the Crew for half off with Wisconsin First Friday game tickets on Friday the 8th. Plus, Mother's Day Sunday is the perfect game to bring the whole family with new kids experiences every Sunday. Plus, the first 10,000 fans over the age of 21 get a Brewers picnic blanket at the Mother's Day game, courtesy of American Family Insurance. Score your tickets at Brewers.com.
Let's talk about home turf. Your lawn is a reflection of your pride, hard work, and even competitive spirit. If you want a yard that makes the neighbors stop and stare, you need the right plan. That's where Weedman Lawn Care comes in. Weedman's lawn care program is kid and pet friendly, uses golf course quality fertilizer, and has an effective weed treatment to dominate any issue. Get a free quote of Weedman's winning formula for your yard at weedman.com and get 50% off your first treatment. That's weedman.com. Weedman for the win.
This is Coach Greg Gard. I've lived my whole life in Wisconsin, and I know what people here value: hard work, honesty, and looking out for one another. That's exactly how Bank CMG approaches banking. They combine hometown values with modern tools to help people make confident financial decisions. When you want a bank that understands where you're coming from, Bank CMG makes sense. Visit bankcmg.com or stop by your local branch. Let's get to work.
Legacy Yingling, 197 years family owned. That's elite. But legends evolve. Meet Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer. Just 2.6 carbs, 95 calories, and it actually tastes like beer. Crisp, clean, goes the distance. No regret in a can here. Your beer should keep up with you. Flight's putting up MVP numbers in the light beer game. The other guys on the bench. Wisconsin, level up. Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer. DG Yingling & Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly.
Fisco is always there for your auto body care. When accidents happen, Fisco Auto Body on Forest Home in Franklin is there when you need them. Got a broken mirror? They'll take care of it. Dented bumper? Scratch paint? Fisco Auto Body will take care of it. If there's any damage you need fixed, Fisco has you covered. Their expert workmanship is guaranteed for the life of your vehicle. So stop in for all of your auto bumps and dings. Once again, you know the line. That's Fisco.
It's a Weed Man Wednesday on Kyle and Brust on ESPN Wisconsin. Weed Man for the win.
2,600 slot machines, including the exclusive one straight off the Vegas Strip. Maybe you've seen the break screen on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee, at ESPN Madison. Wheel of Fortune is coming to Potawatomi Casino Hotel. They got bingo, they got table games, as I mentioned, lots of slots, and an amazing sports book for all the action, great food, drink specials, luxury seating. It's all in one place for you to enjoy. Potawatomi Casino Hotel, it's just the best. It really is. Kiosks everywhere, too, if you want to put some money in those sports betting kiosks. Have a good time with that. Gamble responsibly. Potawatomi Casino Hotel, check it out. No Kyle Wallace. Ben Brust, Alex Strouf running the show. It's time now for
200,000 simulations.
That's right.
There are takes, there are opinions, and then there is math.
I'm kind of psychic. It's like I have ESPN or something.
200,000 alternate realities.
200,000 simulations.
This eliminates the noise. This simulates the future. This is the Monte Carlo.
Monte Carlo time on Kyle and Brust. It's a depressing one today.
Yeah, this is my fault. This is my fault.
You do this to me?
Will you say it was a good idea for the simulations?
Yeah, good idea. Good eye smear.
All right, share with the audience what's going on.
I'm going to say
so
that.
this is good from Ben.
I thought you wanted me to say something.
No, because if the audience had felt like when we were simulating the future, we might have to change this, that we were jinxing things that might happen.
Bro.
We are going backwards in time in simulating what we wanted the future to potentially be. That is the difference today. 800-990-3776. Thank you, Ben, on the Carbless Talk and Text line.
I feel like I'm floating back. I'm transporting back to the month of January. Or in Packers season, where oftentimes, Ben, I find myself pacing around the room in anxiousness and nervousness, which I am doing in our control room right now because despite the fact I already know what happened and it's over and done with, it still makes me anxious and nervous. So today I ran 200,000 simulations on what the result of Packers-Bears should have been in the wild card round of the playoffs, knowing, Ben, it was 21-3 at halftime.
21-3.
It was 21-6 at the end of the third quarter.
Forgot about that.
And the Bears.
They scored 25 points in the fourth quarter.
En route to victory, that is correct.
That's crazy.
And unlike the collapse that happened a few weeks earlier on December 20th at Soldier Field, Jordan Love played the entirety of the game.
He threw 4 touchdowns.
I'm not making you dizzy, am I?
You should sit still, please.
I can't.
Get to the numbers.
It makes me very anxious. All right, it's as simple as this. A 21-3 lead at halftime, according to the 200,000 simulations, results in a Packers win 92.97% of the time. Which is about 93%. 7.03% of the time. That's just the halftime score.
What about the third quarter?
Yeah, I'm going to get to that. It's even worse. According to the 200,000 simulations, entering the fourth quarter with a 21-6 lead results in a Packers win 96.21% of the time. So the clear takeaway is,
what about some deep scenarios, deep cuts within the simulations? Anything stand out?
Let's say it was like the December 20th. Jordan
you run this?
Jordan Love leaves at halftime, and they have a 21-3 lead at halftime, 21-6 lead until the fourth quarter. Because in the third quarter, of course, the Packers did nothing offensively. I don't think they had a single first down in the third quarter. So even if it was Malik Willis, what's the odds they win? It's still 92.6%. It goes down less than 1%, even if you have a backup quarterback playing. What I'm trying to say to you is it is unbelievably impossible.
No, it's not. There's a 4% chance.
It's like 7. Regardless.
At the third quarter, 4% chance.
We're talking about unbelievable levels of unpredictability or improbability of what happened to the Packers. Now, here's the thing. Man. And
I want to know the probabilities of what the percentage chance is that they could do this twice.
Not even twice, Ben. Think about the 2014 NFC Championship game. Think about the sheer levels of heartbreak. Not even the Packers, but in this scenario, the Packers put us through in the postseason. It's amazing I'm still able to pace. It's amazing I'm still able to stand. It's amazing I'm still able to breathe.
Let me ask you this.
Go.
Let's put you Alex Strouf with Ben Brust.
Why'd you make me do this?
Because again, we have to heal the trauma to move forward.
That's not how this works.
When you're pacing around back there and you see the percentages, what play stands out most in your head? They're like, if this happened, we still find a way to win.
I don't understand the question.
They came back from 21-3.
Yeah.
What play changes that result?
Well, I've got a few answers for you. Number one, just get a frickin' first down in the third quarter.
Yeah.
Hey, Brandon McManus, make a kick maybe? That might be a good idea. In a postseason game, make a kick. He left 7 points on the board. It led to an 11-point swing. They lost by 4. Maybe involving Matthew Golden in the game plan prior to the fourth quarter. Could have been an idea. There was a Josh Jacobs fumble, if I'm not mistaken, somewhere in there. I might be mixing games together now.
I think I'm mixing games too, but I think I'm not. Was it the all-out blitz where Keyshawn Nixon jumped ahead when he just needed to stay by his guy in the right corner? Because that's where my brain goes.
I think that's the first game. Might have happened in both.
No, first game was DJ Moore scoring on him.
He got beat over the top, yeah.
Jeez. What if we eliminate Keyshawn Nixon?
No wonder they
from
drafted Brandon Cisse, huh? I'm not having a good time, Ben.
I ask the audience now. 800-990-3776, the Carbless Talk and Text line. What game of any in your lifetime would you like to see what the percentage chance is if something changes?
What are you doing here?
It could be, what if we simulated 200,000 times the Brewers playing the Dodgers in a 7-game series last year? How many percent of the time would they actually make their way to the World Series?
How many percent of the time does Shohei Ohtani throw 10 strikeouts and hit 3 home runs?
Correct. Seriously. There's been some crazy crap that's happened to Wisconsin sports. What about Wisconsin versus Duke in the 2015 Final Four? They were up 7 and 9 points with a certain amount of time left that I have said, from my probabilities, 95 out of 100 times, based off how they had played that entire season, they win that game 95% of the time. Because despite the crap refereeing, they still were up and had a chance to win. The list goes on and on and on.
Mm-hmm.
The 7-game series in the NLCS against the Dodgers. Game 7.
The air in right field.
2014 NFC Championship game, 2015 season.
I don't want to talk about that one.
That one?
I don't want to talk about that one.
Again,
that one still cuts the deepest.
800-990, 4th and 26. That's a good one.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
That's a really good one. Matt in the 715 on the Carbless Talk and Text line. First, thanks for ruining my day. And second, no bleep. It's rare to lose 21-3 in 6-quarter leads. Yeah. I know we're stating the obvious, but I genuinely wanted to know off of the simulations.
Thanks, Ben.
I guess, you know how I had an idea one time? What was it that I did that was wrong? I did my own Monte Carlo and I put in my own opinions. No, you know what we just did? We could probably just look at the ESPN analytics of the game cast and see the probability of win percentage.
Yeah,
and it's probably 97% at the end of the third quarter. And we ran 200,000 simulations.
The good news for you is I have it up.
You do?
I do.
You can go back and see.
When it was 21-6 at the end of the third quarter, it was actually only 92%. The highest it got was 94% when it was 27-16, and Caleb Williams threw an incomplete pass on 2nd and 10.
Super Bowl 32 if Freeman doesn't fumble the kick return. There's a lot coming in that we can. Obviously, San Francisco Green Bay NFC Championship game. I had said the one I want to do next is what if Matt LaFleur doesn't kick a field goal on 4th and goal?
Have you not been having a good week? Is this a misery loves company situation?
No, it's just I honestly just can't fathom how can't fathom how close we've all been to such greatness and how it's been ripped away in such heartbreaking fashion.
Thanks, man.
No, it's honestly fascinating. The probabilities of all of these happening and only getting the Bucs since 2010 is crazy.
Yeah.
With all the cracks at it.
You know, I would just say, though, the back-to-back Final Fours feel like a win. Obviously, you come up short and you were part of that first team. The Duke game hurts a ton the following year, the year you weren't on the team. But
I need 200,000 simulations if Aaron Harrison doesn't make that shot against UConn if I'm a national champion. That one's going to make me cry on the air. I'm serious. I think that's the next one. I
think it has to be because I got to throw this back at you.
Yeah, you got to throw this back at me. You got to make me hurt. Joining us coming up next in a little bit here is Greg Gard. But I got to tell you about the Princeton Club. Because if you're looking to grow and get better mentally, which we need right now, you got to have the foundation of a healthy body. And when you have a healthy body, the growth starts from there. So when you go get a tour and you see how clean it is, see how amazing it is, you will see how awesome the Princeton Club is. Join for your better tomorrow, and you'll feel the great atmosphere of the Clean Health Clubs. It's the best. Wisconsin head coach of the men's basketball team, Greg Gard, a big week for him guarding against cancer. $10 million raised. We get to talk to him. Next.
You're dealing with Kyle and Brust.
Emperor Penguin. You'd be like, yes.
It looks like every other penguin.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
43 northbound, the Rock Freeway, right about at Highway 164 in the construction zone there. We got a crash on the right shoulder, so you want to be extra careful as you're heading through that whole area. We've also got some pretty big delays along 41 southbound, starting at Bradley Road all the way down past Capitol Drive, so watch out for that. Northbound's backed up as well just before Mayfair Road up past Burleigh. On eastbound 94, a little bit tight right through the stadium interchange to 35th Street. Westbound's backed up from 27th Street to Holly Road, and then again westbound 894 is backed up out of the Mitchell interchange pretty much all the way to 68th. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Keen forecast. Tonight, partly cloudy skies, a low of 37. Tomorrow, a slight chance for spotty sprinkles, mostly cloudy otherwise, a high of 50. Buying a home? Apply for a stress-free mortgage from Great Midwest Bank and experience your state of banquility. Visit greatmidwestbank.com. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
My house has a new glow. I love my windows. Universal Windows Direct.
Hey, it's Kyle Wallace. Right now, buy 2 windows, get 2 free in 24 months with no payments or interest plus $500 off. Restrictions apply. Call 414-410-2000. And like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
I love my windows. They've got that brand new home effect. Universal Windows Direct.
How are things at Kessler's Greenfield, Kelly?
Fantastic. I heard you have an idea for springtime. I love spring. I have a big collection of new life to show you.
New life is a spring thing.
Show us. I call it crosses and clovers. These are amazing. Well done, Kelly.
These are stunningly unique.
Kelly, the surface of this 4-leaf clover is fantastic. What's it made of?
Sarah, the surface of that lucky 4-leaf clover is made of crushed black diamonds.
Wow. I'm buying this one. How much?
$185. In yellow gold vermeil, it's just $270. This cross, $90.
And these initials pendants?
These are $60.
Clovers, crosses, and personalized pendants.
And a leprechaun that says they're magically delicious.
Sarah, that's a breakfast cereal.
Kelly, you've done well.
Extremely well.
Extremely very well. Happy springtime, everyone.
To find the Kesslers nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
Take it home this April at Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee. $300,000 is on the line, and you're at bat to win your share. Just play with your rewards card for entries, prize drawings on Thursdays. Plus, your April drawing entries all count toward another prize drawing in June. It's the Base Race Game Show. Only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
You know what scared Kathy more than surgery? Giving up her active life, turning down opportunities to do the things she loves.
I found myself saying, no, I don't want to do that because of pain. It was really limiting my activities in every way.
And then came the diagnosis.
You need 2 full knee replacements. I don't have time for a double knee replacement, and I don't like pain, so no.
But that's not how her story ends. She tried something different, QC Kinetics. It was cutting edge, but natural and much easier on her body, with thousands of patient success stories.
I went to QC Kinetics. Within a couple of weeks, I was absolutely pain-free, no pain. I feel fantastic. Too much life to live, and I want to stay in motion as long as I possibly can.
Don't let pain decide what you say yes or no to. Live your best life. They'll make sure of it at QC Kinetics, starting with a free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics 414-240-2298. That's 414-240-2298. 414-240-2298.
This is Kyle and Brust on ESPN Wisconsin on a Weed Man Wednesday. Weed Man for the win.
Kyle and Brust, no Kyle. Alex Strouf in the show, so I'm rolling solo here across ESPN Wisconsin. Excited to be joined now on the Yuengling Guest Hotline is the Wisconsin men's basketball coach, Greg Gard. Before I introduce him, I want you to know what he's done in the state of Wisconsin, because since 2016 in December, Guarding Against Cancer has raised $10 million plus. And there's a signature event coming on Friday in which they will be adding more to that. And all that money stays in Wisconsin, where we have a wonderful cancer center. The UW Carbone Cancer Center has done an amazing job being a national institution right here in Wisconsin. So it's going to be awesome. You're going to have Mike Hastings, Mark Johnson, Kelly Sheffield up there with Coach. Coach, happy to have you. How are you?
I'm good, Ben. How you guys doing? You flying solo today?
Flying solo today. A little sickness, a little bug going on, but we
Okay.
ride on. We ride on.
Okay.
You know, Coach, this is one where it's obviously really interesting, you know, getting to know John Blackwell. He's a fantastic kid. Is this one of those things where you're able to lay your head down on the pillow, you know, because you're like, hey, there's nothing more I could have done? You know, talk me through this scenario.
Yeah, I think, Ben, when you're in this position, you're always trying to help people elevate their lives, right? And become better than when they arrived. You know, John arrived with only one high major offer. Everything else was in the MAC and at lower levels. And he's able to be in a position where, you know, he has a chance to go better himself, better his future, better his livelihood from a financial standpoint. And that's, you know, whether he was or someone gets drafted in the first round of the NBA draft, or they land a job with a Fortune 500 company and they're able to financially be in a very good place. You know, they're better than when they arrived. And I think that's, although it's different than how it was back, you know, obviously when you played, that better than when you arrived has taken a different twist and a different turn. And, you know, I don't fault John at all, just like I didn't fault Chucky Hepburn for putting themselves in a position where, you know, they had options to be able to better themselves. So, yeah, I sleep just fine.
When it comes to the recent departure of the athletic director, Chris McIntosh, you know, have you had conversations with the interim athletic director, and how much alignment do you have there in this, you know, time where there's no university president as well?
Right. Yeah. There's obviously we're in a very new time in college athletics. I think Mac walked into, when he took over July 1st of 2021, was the first day that the name, image, and likeness came out of the ground, so to speak. And look where we are now from where it started 4 or 5 years ago. So, you know, Marcus is stepping into a position where he's trying to, you know, keep things floating in a positive direction. I would say it's a lot. I know, because I was an interim once, and it is like drinking out of a fire hose. And obviously he's doing it in a turbulent time in college athletics. But yeah, I've talked to him, and I think the best thing, you know, about good administrators, let their coaches coach, and quite frankly, stay out of the way, and allow programs to continue to succeed. And you know, we're able to continue to have our success and navigate this new world in a positive way. And we've had to adjust and adapt along the way, and we've had the support as needed from administration. So I know he's got his hands full.
Talking with Coach Greg Gard here on Kyle and Brust, just Brust today with Strouf running the show. Coach, obviously everyone heightens their attention when it becomes the NCAA tournament. The game didn't go your way, but during the year, obviously, the team showed they had the capability of beating anyone. How do you balance what you're able to do in the regular season, and do you just believe in the process and eventually it breaks through in terms of the NCAA tournament?
Yeah, I've always believed that you judge a season by the body of work, not one game. And I think that in terms of how we are built here at Wisconsin, that philosophy and that approach is the only way in terms of sustaining success and getting yourself into position where you can play in March. And as I've said many times, you're missing a lot of really good college basketball if you only tune in March 15th. And you have to be able to be consistent and productive November through that time in mid-March in order to be able to play in the tournament, in the NCAA tournament. And all the good teams are involved. I mean, all the bad ones are on spring break. And I think, how do you improve your chances? You got to continue to knock on the door, and you got to continue to be there and have a chance. And the ultimate, I think, bar you got to cross is we need to have a better November and December. That would have put us,
in this era.
We need to get one or two more non-conference wins. And that would have raised us another seed line or two. And not that you would have, you never know what the outcome's going to be, right? We see this across the board. Just because it said High Point across the jersey doesn't mean that they were a bad team. They won 30-some games. The transfer portal impacts them in a positive way, just like it does us. You may lose some players from the mid-major level, but you're going to gain some really experienced players that have been at the high major level. So being consistent and getting more done in November and December, and then obviously continue to play well through your conference season, puts you in position where you have a chance to be in it. And then you got to continue to make plays. And we were never good enough defensively all year. And I've had really good defensive teams. We've taken tremendous jumps offensively, but this group wasn't as good defensively. And hopefully a lot of the retention that we've been able to do with guys coming back will help, keep that. That's how you make strides defensively. You have guys back year after year, and you're able to build off experiences. If you look from a year ago, there were like 7 or 8 guys that played that graduated or moved on from the program. So the restart from a defensive standpoint is much more challenging than a restart from an offensive standpoint.
Yeah, believe it or not, obviously I didn't play because I couldn't guard a soul as a freshman. But I watch now thinking like, oh, that straight lane line drive to the right that I know was like a cardinal sin. Those things happen when you have guys coming together and you're trying to put it together with less time of them being there. Is that an emphasis that you will have? Like, how do you balance being as great as you've been offensively and trying to marry what helped make Badger teams so successful as you've been a part of great defensive teams? That's like my $1 million question that I keep running through my head.
Yeah. Well, one thing you got to realize here, the game has changed, Ben. We're scoring almost 20 more points per game than what we did
jealous.
4 years ago. You would have loved playing in this way with all the threes you were able to shoot. But part of that is what I just mentioned, the retention. To have Winter, Rapp, Kinziger, Garlock, all those guys back, Hayden Jones back, that will help. And then you add, experienced pieces with specifically, Winete up front, the kid from Hofstra that was able to block some shots, and then the experience of Autry and Elmer, even though their offensive numbers jump out in terms of their efficiencies and what they're able to do. It's that collective effort. I think Owen Foxwell as a point guard coming in is going to be able to impact things defensively. He's old, he's big, he's physical, and that experience helps. You have one or two routes in this era. You either go buy a super team, or you collectively put together a group of players and mold them and develop them over the course of the 5 months you have them, and put yourself in position.
Talking with Greg Gard, the head coach of the men's basketball team, a Bank CMG ambassador, as I am as well. Love working with Bank CMG. They're a sponsor as well of Guarding Against Cancer, which is coming up on Friday, the great signature event to help raise more than what Greg's already done. Amazingly, $10 million going to the UW Carbone Cancer Center. I could go on for days, Coach. I'll just give you a couple more here. As it pertains to your longevity in college basketball, what do you like most about this era, and what do you miss most about the past eras?
I think I'll answer the second part first. I think what you miss most is the longevity of the relationships. We had John Tonje for 5 months. I had Nick Boyd for 5 months. Both great people that came through the portal and were able to impact us. I wish I had them longer, not only from a playing standpoint, but just the type of people they are. I think that's where we miss. And I don't have that same through the recruiting process, even of high school kids, because it has become more transactional and more microwaved or expedited, so to speak. And it has to be that way because we have to, this has shifted. This has always been a business. The business aspect just has come to the front row of the sport now. And I think the thing I like the most is obviously the changes that we've been able to make and how we've evolved, I think have been exciting. And the quality of the people that we still have, even they come via the portal, like I mentioned, for 5 months, or we have them for 5 years. We've had really good people come through this program, and that makes it enjoyable to go to practice every day. They're obviously really good players. They've listened. They've bought into what we're talking about in coaching. But at the end of the day, they're really, really good people, and that's been the fun part. Just watching all these guys come together. I mean, I was at the Buckinghams last night, the academic awards, and Braden Carrington and Andrew Rohde were there, and I hadn't seen them in a couple weeks here, and they couldn't get over how much fun they had this year winning. They both were under 500 a year ago, and we won as many games collectively here this year than they did combined the year before. So, and that was one thing they both really, I think it's one thing you take for granted, and I try not to make sure that I don't take it for granted, but I want to make sure those that are around us don't take it for granted. Winning is hard, and you don't win everywhere, and I think the perspective that those that have come through the portal have when they get here and realize where they had been, and it's not a specific place, but it's just the appreciation level of what we have and what we do here at Wisconsin is enormous when people come from another place and then get to experience what we do and how we do it and have the success. Because we're not the norm in college athletics. We've been able to sustain success. 25 of the last 27 NCAA tournaments. There's only 4 other team programs in the country that have done that. So that on the inside, maybe you take it for granted. When you're around it every day, you take it for granted. But just hearing their insights into it as 2 players that were 4 other places combined, that gives you a great appreciation for what we have here. And I never want to take that for granted.
Coach, I have my men's league tonight, and of course I'm going up against a young Knipple, and I don't want to break any rules, but it almost seems like there's no rules. Would it help if I gave Cager $100? Like, what can I do? Knipple, that is Con's younger brother, one of the 5.
He's at the age I can't even talk about him.
Okay. Fair enough.
We do have some rules.
Yeah,
sure
again,
I'm
trying to do my part.
Yeah. Play some defense on him or something.
You're asking the wrong person at this age to do that. And Coach, obviously the news yesterday from Pete Thamel about the expansion of the NCAA tournament. Just your takeaway.
I think it's good. I know people out there will say, well, it'll water it down. It's made for coaches' job security. We've expanded about every other sport you can think of. College football has expanded. It's probably going to expand again. Major League Baseball has added the wild card. The NBA's added the midseason tournament and an expansion. NFL's added wild card playoffs games and gotten more teams involved. I think it's good. We need to continue to grow the sport. Revenue generation is obviously vital to the success of our part of this equation, so to speak, both individually and collectively as a sport. So I think anytime you can get more involved, and I know it's going to take some juggling of TV contracts and media rights and those things to make it happen officially. But I think the more you can make this sport and the bigger you can make this sport. I wish we did more things earlier in the year. You know, we had the ACC Big Ten Challenge for a while. We had some others, the Gavitt games. You know, we need to, and I know we fight at the start of a season. We fight a little bit of Major League Baseball. The playoffs are going with the World Series. We're into the college football playoffs when we start. We're coming near it. You know, we don't rocket launch the start of college basketball well enough. And I wish we did more things where it really put a spotlight on the sport before we got to the NCAA tournament. Because like I said before, I think if you're only tuning in then, I know you're not one of those people, Ben, you watch from start to finish, but you miss a lot of really good games and really good opportunities for the sport to continue to grow and get visibility.
Couldn't agree more. I missed when they were playing on the military bases. That was cool. Just more cool stuff. I'm totally for that. And look, Coach, again, congratulations on the work you've done as the coach, but also more importantly, with how your family and how so many in this state have been impacted by cancer, guarding against cancer, raising over $10 million since 2016 when something personally touched you. That money stays in Wisconsin. The 9th signature event is Friday. You'll have Mike Hastings, Mark Johnson, Kelly Sheffield up there with you and celebrating the new director of the UW Carbone Cancer Center, Dr. Christian Capitini. So have a great event, and it was great talking to you, and I'll be seeing you soon.
Sounds good, Ben. Thanks for having me on.
Of course. That's Greg Gard. He's the head coach of the Wisconsin men's basketball team. And as I mentioned, Bank CMG is a great partner to Greg, but also to guarding against cancer. And I've been banking with Bank CMG. They're local in Wisconsin. They have national capabilities with local people working with you. So make sure you check them out. If you're a business owner, you're going to work with local people. You don't get bounced around. And I've been doing this all in one loan. I sat down with my wife, and we looked at over the last 2 months of how we've been able to pay down the principal and pay less interest and what that does for our lives. You can have that too. Go to bankcmg.com to learn more or visit a local branch. We are going to wrap up the ESPN Wisconsin portion of the show next.
You're along for the ride with Kyle and Brust.
Payback is I sure have. I still got a video from a lady talking crazy to me. I said, oh, ma'am, I am writing a review.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
May is Skilled Trades Month, a time to celebrate the hands-on careers that keep our industries and our communities moving forward. At Junior Achievement, students are discovering that today's skilled trades include technology, robotics, and smart manufacturing. With support from Rockwell Automation, students are exploring how advanced manufacturing and automation will power the factories of the future. Thank you, Rockwell, for helping inspire the next generation of technicians, engineers, and innovators. Learn more at ja.org.
When Milwaukee families need help, the United Way is there, reducing barriers to employment, providing transportation, safe and stable homes, and more for over 192,000 people.
And this month, CUNIS is proud to stand beside them. Hi, I'm Bill Eater with CUNIS of Milwaukee.
And I am Tony Avery with the United Way of Greater Milwaukee and Waukesha County. During the CUNIS Drives Milwaukee 1000 event, they're donating $100 to the United Way for every vehicle sold.
Our goal this month is simple: 1,000 vehicles across 3 CUNIS Milwaukee dealerships.
For a $100,000 donation to the United Way of Greater Milwaukee and Waukesha County.
To help us reach our goal, you'll find incredible deals on all new and pre-owned vehicles at our 3 locations in Greenfield, Oak Creek, and Hope Chevrolet on West Metro Auto Mall.
Be a part of driving Milwaukee forward at the CUNIS Drives Milwaukee 1000 event.
Start your search today at CUNISMKE.com. That's CUNISMKE.com.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 10 and 35%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products pricing and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
The Island Resort and Casino welcomes you to another unforgettable golf season at Sweetgrass and Sage Run. Beginning in July, stay and play guests can preview the brand new 9-hole Cedar course, inspired by the golden age of golf. At the island, your golf trip becomes a full resort experience with relaxing spa treatments and exceptional dining to thrilling casino action. Courses open May 1st. Plan your golf adventure today at islandresortgolf.com.
Wisconsin, let's talk about something near and dear to my heart. Beer. Specifically, great beer. And if you haven't met Yuengling yet, allow me to introduce you. Yuengling is the oldest brewery in America, founded in Pottsville, PA in 1829. 197 years, 6 generations of family-owned brewing. Do you know how they became America's oldest brewery? By making great beer. This is a real American beer. Smooth, rich, and finally here in Wisconsin. So grab a Yuengling, raise a glass, and celebrate history the way it was meant to be celebrated, by drinking it. Yuengling, the oldest brewery in America. D.G. Yuengling & Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly.
In 1987, the Bucks took on the world and changed basketball forever.
At stake, basketball supremacy in the United States.
Bucks versus the World, narrated by Charlie Behrens, is the new season of Behind the Bucks podcast, presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. It's the untold story of the 1987 McDonald's Open, when the Bucks became the first NBA team to face the Soviet Union. Listen now on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get podcasts.
The Run for the Roses is coming to St. Kate the Arts Hotel. Join us Saturday, May 2nd for the Kentucky Derby Day in partnership with Woodford Reserve. Watch the race live, sip on specialty cocktails including the classic mint julep, and dress to impress. Best hat and best dress contests are on the card. Admission is free, or you can upgrade to VIP for $75 for exclusive food stations and 2 complimentary cocktails. Visit stkatearts.com to RSVP or grab your tickets at stkatearts.com.
It's a Weed Man Wednesday on Kyle and Brust on ESPN Wisconsin. Weed Man for the win.
Get those dial-in fingers ready. Caller 20 to win the Iron Jock giveaway. And you don't need the fancy logo and slogan because you got Iron Jock with the silver ion technology woven into every thread, killing 99.9% of odor-causing bacteria, which I'll be grabbing before my men's league game against another Knipple brother that will probably light me up. This isn't about looking good, it's about playing good. For me, it's about showing up and feeling confident. And you can go to ironjock.com, that's ironjoc.com. No stink, just performance. And be caller 20 to win the Iron Jock giveaway. 800-990-3776. That's 800-990-3776. Caller 20 to win the Iron Jock giveaway. Well, 2 hours through with Ben Brust, no Kyle Wallace, and Alex Strouf. And we look forward to continuing on with you on 94.5 ESPN, YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee, and, of course, the ESPN Wisconsin app. But in Madison, you're going to have Jim, Matt, and Molly. In Beaver Dam, you're going to have the Damn Sports Show. Like I said, Strouf and I were with you until 5 o'clock. Don't go anywhere. We're back in 2 short minutes.
Well, we are seeing delays right now. Southbound 43 kicking in right about at Hampton, all the way down through the Marquette and onto the high-rise bridge. Let's up just a little bit, only to slow down again at Beecher Street down towards the KK River. On the northbound side, we got delays out of the Kilbourne Tunnel up to North Avenue. Westbound 94 from 27th Street, heavy to Hawley Road. On the eastbound side, we got backups through the Barker Road area to Brookfield Road, and then back on the brakes from 70th Street all the way to 35th. Traffic is brought to you by Geist Garage Doors. For over 70 years, Geist Garage Doors has been the local trusted name for garage door sales, service, and repair. Visit GeistDoors.com and don't think twice, call Geist. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Tonight, partly cloudy skies, a low of 37. Tomorrow, a slight chance for spotty sprinkles, mostly cloudy otherwise, a high of 50. Weather is brought to you by Infinity Exteriors, dedicated to saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Mother Nature can be unpredictable. Your roof siding and windows shouldn't be. We install peace of mind with transparency and quality guaranteed. Visit infinityexteriors.com. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Let's talk about home turf. Your lawn is a reflection of your pride, hard work, and even competitive spirit. If you want a yard that makes the neighbors stop and stare, you need the right plan. That's where Weedman Lawn Care comes in. Weedman's lawn care program is kid and pet friendly, uses golf course quality fertilizer, and has an effective weed treatment to dominate any issue. Get a free quote of Weedman's winning formula for your yard at weedman.com and get 50% off your first treatment. That's weedman.com. Weedman for the win.
No matter what business you're in, as the #1 SBA lender in Wisconsin, Summit Credit Union helps your vision take shape with loan programs, great rates, and strategic solutions.
Awarded the #1 SBA lender by the Small Business Administration of Wisconsin in 2025.
Seriously injured? Call Gruber Law Offices today.
Hey, this is Gabe Neitzel. You're listening to 94.5 ESPN, WKTI and WKTI HD, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle and Brust on 94.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube. The 414 Hour is brought to you by Siding Unlimited, the 5-time winner of the National Pella Platinum Premium Certified Contractor of the Year. Looking for new windows and doors? Visit them at sidingunlimited.com.
It's the 414 Hour at 4. Kyle and Brust with no Kyle. Woo!
I'm sure you could tell there's no Kyle based off the introduction there from producer Alex Strouf. I'm Ben Brust. If you've missed any of the first 2 hours, it's on the ESPN Wisconsin app and, of course, on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison. 800-990-3776 is the Carbless Talk and Text line. Congratulations to
Jim in Van Dyne, which I told you in the break. I've worked here 5.5 years. No, don't Google it. Don't Google it. Don't Google it.
Okay.
Jim in Van Dyne.
Did you?
I did, yes.
Okay. That's the Iron Jock giveaway winner.
Yeah, so I've worked here for 5.5 years.
I think it's less about work. Like,
I answer the phone. That's why I'm bringing up working at it, because I've talked to people from all over the state.
And you're from here, and I feel like you've been in very obscure places, probably.
I mean, I've lived all over the state. I've lived in Green Bay, Stevens Point, Madison, and Milwaukee, right? So I've lived all over the state. So I know a lot of places. Van Dyne is the first time I think I've ever worked here that I didn't know where that was. Or at least if I had heard of it before. Like, Ixonia is a weird one, right? I think
I've heard of Ixonia.
It's on the way. It's kind of near Johnson Creek. It's on the way from Madison to Milwaukee or vice versa. Van Dyne, any guesses what the nearest big city is to Van Dyne?
All right. So
there's 2 correct answers.
I feel like I need to know, like, I don't, according to their contest rules of, like, where, like, I don't think we are able to give away Iron Jock here to California, are we?
No, it's in Wisconsin. You have to be a Wisconsin resident in order to win. So Van Dyne is in Wisconsin.
No, I get that. I just didn't know if there was like Milwaukee, Madison, or like Green Bay or anything there that you had to be.
I will tell you this. Don't overthink it too much. It's not like it's way up north. Like, it's not near Spread Eagle or anything.
All right. I'll go with, my brain sends me towards Platteville.
Okay. Your brain is sending you the wrong way.
Well, the other way is the lake. From where I'm sitting.
Well, so yeah, you don't have to necessarily go west. You could go north. You could go
So
south.
if it's not east, it's not west. It's north or south.
Correct.
I'm going to go Elkhorn.
Okay. I got to be honest. I don't know where Elkhorn is.
But like exactly. Lake Geneva, Elkhorn.
Okay, so that'd be west as well.
That'd be south, like by the border. South, like.
Okay, so you said Lake Geneva?
Yeah.
All right, it is 111 miles away from Lake Geneva, so try again. It's a 2-hour drive.
Oshkosh?
Yeah, it's south of Oshkosh. North of Fond du Lac, south of Oshkosh. It's about 10 miles
How
south
many
of
people?
Oshkosh. It's unincorporated.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
You know, I don't like the term unincorporated. I don't know exactly. I couldn't tell you the definition, but it makes it seem like...
Oh, there is a population. 711 people. It's a tiny town.
That is tiny.
Oh, actually, in 2020, it was 292. 2023 was 711. So it is a booming metropolis all of a sudden.
This is booming.
That's a big population. So I imagine that Jim and Van Dyne has not lived there very long, given that the population has tripled in the last couple of years.
He could be an OG. His great-great-grandparents could have started the unincorporated town.
I rarely run into places I've never heard of, so props to Jim from Van Dyne for giving me a place I've never heard of.
So on ESPN.com, it's Kyle and Brust. No Kyle. Ben Brust, Alex Strouf is running the show. As I mentioned, get into the show at 800-990-3776. Greg Gard joined us for a good bit, so if you want to catch up with the head coach of the Wisconsin Badgers, that's on the ESPN Wisconsin app, and go back on YouTube. We did talk a little bit about this in the ESPN.com rankings of the top 100 drafted players from Matt Miller. Brandon Cisse. Again, I need to bring the, for the 52nd overall pick. Again, this doesn't mean he's going to be God's gift because he hasn't been through OTAs, training camp, anything with the Green Bay Packers. But there is an opportunity for him in that cornerback room to earn a spot and get on the field. He is ranked 18th overall in the top 100 from Matt Miller. That's the 52nd pick. Pretty good from Goody from a value standpoint based off of one article. Again, when we get to the NFL season, I know that you've sent me emails of the power rankings that change weekly, in which you get 6 or 7 different websites, and there's variance of where the Packers are in comparison to each. But DDS.
Ooh, can I guess?
Yeah, you can guess.
So this is a power rankings on value?
No, it's just the overall top 100 ranking. I was just saying, based off the 18th overall ranking being drafted 52nd, that's great overall value, again, based off of one article.
Yeah, so this pairs the team they wound up with their overall. Okay, I get it. DDS was projected to be a 2nd or 3rd round pick. Goody got him in the 4th at pick 120, I believe. So I'm going to go lower, but I'm going to guess it's probably let's go with Brandon Cisse's draft pick. I'm going to go. This is the 52nd ranked in Matt Miller's rankings.
66th, but again for a 120th overall pick to be 66th in the top 100.
It's another guy who's going to have opportunity to play meaningful snaps, which is exciting for a 4th round pick, especially.
You want the recap like Cisse?
Hit me.
With Parsons' early season status unknown due to an ACL tear, the Packers need bodies at edge, but also need young, long-term options after trading away Rashawn Gary to Dallas. Dennis Sutton was one of the best value picks of the entire class, and his availability midway through round 4 was puzzling.
I love the way you're reading this. This
puzzling. Teams I spoke with said he had a floor of a round 3. Now, that's confusing. Then why didn't those teams take him? Right? Can you say that? And if nobody took him, 23 and a half sacks in his college career, 6'5", 256. The Packers stole Dennis Sutton to start an impressive day 3 run. Now, there's no one else on the list, but apparently, according to Matt Miller, he just loves Goody because by saying a start to an impressive day 3 run would be... you would think McClellan would be a good pick, too, based off
McClellan was day 2. But
day 2, that's right.
Day 3, they drafted the kicker. They drafted the other cornerback.
The offensive lineman.
The interior offensive lineman, Jagger Burton. So I agree. I mean, I said it a little bit earlier in the program if you're just joining us, but it seems like the unanimous response to Brian Gutekunst's draft weekend was overwhelmingly positive, which I don't think is always the case when it comes to the draft. Now, last year, I think, again, it was overwhelmingly positive because he picked the receiver in the 1st round, but I think a lot of us were going, dude, you need a corner. What are you doing? And they didn't draft one until the 7th round last year. But otherwise, I think people were appeased and happy because of the wide receiver pick in the 1st round last year. This year, though, I haven't found anybody with a knock.
Here's what we
need
to do, though. Again, the same way that I said to Kyle Wallace about watching 15 minutes on the 2nd round draft pick Brandon Cisse, where else have you seen a top 100 list that you're able to compare it to where you're like, well, nobody else is saying things like this?
Well, I don't know how many top 100 lists are.
I know.
There.
My thing is I think we need to be on the prowl for more of these.
Yeah, I mean,
because we got one sample size right now, and if this was the one sample size, the end all be all, like this person hits at 100% clip in his rankings, then I would be jumping for joy if I was a Packer fan.
But I think the important part of this list in particular, and I will be on the prowl, I'll try to appease you and look for other lists that are similar.
Believe it or not,
Matt
that's
Miller's.
kind of the job. That sucks for you. Your job is to appease me.
Sometimes. If I make you angry, that's good too sometimes, as long as it's on the air. But why this matters and why this is important and why Packers fans should listen to this list and listen to what you're reading.
Matt Miller stan, Alex Strouf.
Is the opportunity. And I had this conversation with Homer on our draft coverage Friday night. You can't have the expectation of these rookies are going to automatically make the Packers into a Super Bowl team. That's an unfair expectation, especially for a team.
He said it himself.
Pick.
You won't win the Super Bowl in the draft.
No, but they can contribute to a Super Bowl roster. We already are under the belief that this team is really good. They're 7th in Super Bowl odds at Potawatomi Sportsbook. They're viewed as one of the best teams in the NFC. They've been a playoff team 3 years in a row. They have a franchise quarterback. They have a lot of those boxes you need to check already. When it comes to the opportunity for some of these rookies that were drafted, though, they landed in a situation that is a good situation, a team that wins more than they lose, but there are holes. And for guys like Brandon Cisse and Denai Dennis Sutton, they are going to have early season opportunity as mid-round picks, which is rare. Now,
he'll have early season opportunity with the unknown, as the article stated, about Micah Parsons.
The only guy on the edge that you really feel comfortable with playing a lot of snaps early if Micah Parsons misses a couple games is Lucas Van Ness, and you don't love that. That is opportunity you can, in theory, take away.
Wait, how did you start that sentence?
The only guy you know is going to play a lot of snaps.
Okay, I thought there was like a positive connotation, like where you know you're going to get something out of him.
You know he's going to play is more what I
yes,
mean, right? I don't know if that's positive or negative. He's going to be on a contract year.
I am fascinated in the 3-4. Is he going to be the
outside linebacker technically?
You think?
Yeah, but
because they moved him, he's played inside in his career, so he could be one of the 3 down linemen, not obviously the nose tackle.
Right. He very well could be, right? I mean, there could be a point where it's Denai Dennis Sutton, Micah Parsons, Lucas Van Ness, Javon Hargrave, and Devontae Wyatt are your 5 up front.
How does that make me feel when you say that out loud?
I think you should feel like the quarterback is going to be under pressure because Micah Parsons is on the field. That's how you should feel.
Yeah, you're right. Hey, I got some advice for DDS.
Go get him, baby.
Show me what you got, baby.
He's going to have the opportunity.
Show me what you got. We watched Rashawn Gary on one-on-one battles while 3 guys in a still frame were touching Micah Parsons. And when I mean touching, blocking him. Mm-hmm. 3 guys in a same still photo. And there's Rashawn Gary on the right side of the field with 1 person to beat. And Micah would still, after the freeze, if you unfroze, would still find a way to get closer to the quarterback than Rashawn Gary in a one-on-one battle. So the opportunity for DDS, you could look like a superstar by just sniffing the quarterback based off a guy in Rashawn Gary that had no production after Halloween. None. No tackle for loss, no sacks. If this is a steal that he says it is, he could look like a star in the making.
Yeah, just give effort. And that's what Micah Parsons tweeted about after Rashawn Gary's departure is I love guys on the edge who just give effort. And I'm going to make a comment here.
Okay, why are you telling me you're going to make a comment?
Because it's something I'm just going to verbalize out loud for the first time. I actually feel pretty darn good about where this edge group is at.
I don't know if that's fair to say.
There's a lot of upside. A lot of it's unproven, though. But I feel great about like the opportunity of a hit of one of these 3 out of DDS.
Sure,
Colin
but the problem
Oliver,
is there's a reason why there's no 5th year option likely being taken on a Lucas Van Ness, who you selected 13th overall. Like you're not wrong about potentially being excited about the potential of the 3 guys you named, but the problem is this all feels so much damn better if it's Will McDonald who's drafted 15th on the pick swap, right?
Of course.
Then when you say this,
if you make that pick, if you have Will McDonald and Rashawn Gary,
you can't have enough edge rushers.
I don't know if you have Rashawn Gary and Will McDonald. I don't know if you make the trade for Micah Parsons.
Jason in Hale's Corner, who sounds like our girl Dirty D, you're up.
Hey guys, I just have to ask you guys a question. You guys keep saying DDS. That's a great acronym for that young man that's a Green Bay Packer. Because DDS, does that not stand for Doctor of Dental Surgery? So he's going to be smacking the heck out of offensive linemen.
Teeth everywhere, Jason. Teeth are going to be everywhere.
Yeah, his nickname is the Dentist. I don't know how popular it is, but it is listed as his nickname. So, hopefully, I mean, if he starts smacking teeth into the ground, if we start seeing loose teeth on the field at Lambeau, I think we're going to. I think he's going to really wear out that nickname of the Dentist.
We bring in the OG herself, Dirty D, the original voice that Jason sounds like. Dirty D, what's up?
That's not remotely funny, then.
I beg to differ. The fans have told me otherwise.
It's a little funny.
I don't care what the fans say.
It's a little funny.
It's that Strouf. Strouf saying it's a little funny.
I don't think it's funny.
Oh, Dirty D, do you need a hug?
No, I just need you to stop saying that.
Well, you sound just like him. I can only call it how I see it, Dirty D.
No, I do not sound like him.
Jason, come back in. What do you got for us?
Oh, shit.
Oh, dump. And that's a great time to say that Skylar Bell somehow is 64th, and that's a Wisconsin Badger that moved on from the program. And there you have it. Another Wisconsin Badger just pops in my face that couldn't make it under the Fickle era. Ben Brust, Alex Strouf, you are always available on the Carbless Talk and text line 800-990-3776. We continue on with you. I see John in Milwaukee. I see others. We'll get to you next.
You're dealing with Kyle and Brust.
Man, Kyle, do you ever know what you're talking about?
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Well, we are seeing delays right now. Southbound 43 kicking in right about at Hampton, all the way down through the Marquette and onto the high-rise bridge. Lets up just a little bit, only to slow down again at Beecher Street down towards the KK River. On the northbound side, we got delays out of the Kilbourne Tunnel up to North Avenue. Westbound 94 from 27th Street, heavy to Hawley Road. On the eastbound side, we got backups through the Barker Road area to Brookfield Road, and then back on the brakes from 70th Street all the way to 35th. Traffic is brought to you by Geist Garage Doors. For over 70 years, Geist Garage Doors has been the local trusted name for garage door sales, service, and repair. Visit geistdoors.com and don't think twice, call Geist. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Tonight, partly cloudy skies, a low of 37. Tomorrow, a slight chance for spotty sprinkles, mostly cloudy otherwise, a high of 50. Weather is brought to you by Infinity Exteriors, dedicated to saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Mother Nature can be unpredictable. Your roof, siding, and windows shouldn't be. We install peace of mind with transparency and quality guaranteed. Visit infinityexteriors.com. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
You may know someone with multiple sclerosis, but you may not know what their day-to-day reality is really like. MS affects nearly 1 million people in the U.S., impacting far more than mobility. MS can affect vision, thinking, energy, and daily life, often in ways others don't see or understand. This MS Awareness Week, take a moment to learn more, share what you learn, and be a champion for people living with MS. Learn more at nationalmssociety.org/awareness.
Look, it's Jake from our store in Kenosha.
Hi, Monica. Hi, Sarah. Hi, Rick. Your email said you had a big surprise. Look and tell me what you see.
Wow, I see 9 perfect examples of the classic diamond solitaire engagement ring. They're gorgeous.
These rings are exactly what people imagine when they hear the words engagement ring.
Monica, do you think it will always be like that? Evermore.
That long?
And each of these is 3/4 of a carat.
$998.
Unbelievable. So how much do we sell them for?
That is how much we sell them for. Can we do that?
We're the largest employee-owned jewelry company in America, Rick. We can do anything we want.
But for how long?
Evermore.
People can choose any of the 9 most popular style solitaires, 3/4 of a carat, and each of them was created in the heart of a miniature star.
5 different diamond shapes, 2 colors of gold.
Evermore, just $998.
Or $14.98 with 1 carat diamond center with diamonds on the side.
Learn more at KesslersDiamonds.com.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Ben Brust talking about our great friends at Road America, America's national park of speed. Turn your day into an experience at Road America. Conveniently located in between Madison, Milwaukee, and Green Bay, this legendary track offers more than just racing. Walk the grounds, explore every corner, and watch the action from wherever you want. Kids 16 and under get you in free with a paying adult at the gate and camp on site all weekend long. IndyCar is must-see and is coming up on June 18th through the 21st. Great food, great views, and non-stop action. Road America, where racing meets outdoors. Check out roadamerica.com to get tickets.
Feels like the world is a little broken lately. Maybe all we need is a fix. Most spirits are acidic. Fix Vodka is different. Fix Vodka is the world's first high-alkaline, acid-free vodka. Handcrafted with natural spring water and select grain. Clean, smooth, done right. Better water, better vodka. Get your local Fix.
Fix Vodka.
Enjoy responsibly.
Got your tax refund? Before it mysteriously disappears, invested in something you'll actually see every day. Your home. At Exterior Pros and Baths, turn that refund into energy-efficient windows, durable roofing, new siding, or a beautiful bath remodel. And they'll take it even further with $3,000 off your project. That's $3,000 in instant savings during the April savings event. But don't wait, this offer won't last long. Call 262-800-4274 or visit extpros.com today. Exterior Pros and Baths. Big savings done right.
Have no fear, the chaos is here. Lucky you. This is Kyle and Brust on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Heck yeah, Alex Strouf.
Heck yeah, for Wisconsin's most trusted name in diamonds, that, of course, is Robert Hack Diamonds. Robert Hack Diamonds with 3 locations in the Milwaukee area. 1 in Greenfield. Leslie and the team I worked with in Greenfield. 2 in Brookfield. 1 on the north side, 1 on the south side. They can help you design your, or your fiancé's, or your girlfriend's, or your wife's dream piece of jewelry, just like they did with my fiancé's dream engagement ring. I had no idea what I was doing. I went to Leslie. I said, Leslie, help. I don't know what these words mean. And she put together my fiancé's dream engagement ring, made that, yes, that much more special. They can do the same for you if you're looking to take that next step in your relationship, or you're looking for a Mother's Day gift, or you're looking for something to make that special someone say, heck yeah? Only one place to go. It's Robert Hack Diamonds, 3 locations, or online, Robert Hack, HAACK Diamonds.com, RobertHackDiamonds.com. Heck yeah! Thanks to the team at Robert Hack Diamonds.
Ben Brust, no Kyle Wallace. That's Alex Strouf. You can get us on the Carbless Talking text line 800-990-3776. Like John in Milwaukee did. John in Milwaukee, you're up with Ben and Stroufy.
Good afternoon. How are we doing, gentlemen?
Living. It's always a good thing.
You know, when you get an idea, sometimes you just got to bounce that idea off of people just to see what they think about it. So hear me out on this. When Kyle's not around, I think that the Stroufy and Ben hour has a really good ring to it. Give it a shot.
That's not up to me to decide, John. I'll pass along the feedback to the decision makers. Show up and do what I do best every day. Stroufy, any comments?
I appreciate the compliment, John. I will just say there's a lot going on back here today.
Yeah. So I'll say this. Behind the scenes, you've had the camera on, though, so people can see you working. There are times where I don't know what he's doing. And I'm just like, hey, it's me and you guys out here. We're just hanging out, talking sports.
I'll give you credit. It's the slowest I've ever heard you talk. And I don't think it's a bad thing. I don't mean there's a diss.
Yeah, like I need the advice of you.
That's what a producer does, no?
No. That's for, again, the people above me to give me feedback. YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and, of course, ESPN Madison. So
what's on your mind, Benny?
What's on my mind is we talked about this after Greg Gard joined us. And that was the fact that the NCAA tournament is expanding per Pete Thamel to 74 teams. And we got the initial reaction from Greg Gard, the Wisconsin Badgers head coach who joined us. Take a listen.
I think it's good. You know, I know people out there will say, well, it'll water it down. It's made for coaches' job security. You know, we've expanded about every other sport you can think of. College football has expanded. It's probably going to expand again. Major League Baseball's added the wild card. The NBA's added the midseason tournament and an expansion. NFL's added wild card playoffs games and gotten more teams involved. I think it's good. We need to continue to grow the sport.
He did go on to say, and I agree with this, that college basketball needs to do a better job in the early portion to grab eyeballs so people aren't just tuning in conference tournament and NCAA tournament time. But I do find it fascinating as I think about the way this tournament went last year. It was one of the most watched NCAA tournaments in a very, 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 very long time. What you didn't see in the time period in which a lot of people take off work, or if you're able to bring work clients or whatever out to the bars at lunchtime and you stay out and you just watch the games. Some people literally schedule vacation days to watch the NCAA tournament that Thursday and Friday where there's nonstop action and you look for the upsets. There wasn't any upsets except for locally right here where there are clips of me being heartbroken watching it unfold real time on the air as High Point beat Wisconsin. Every other 1 through 5 seed won, so you weren't seeing the crazy upsets. There's some 11-6s, the 10-7s, but it wasn't the chaos. But what it did remind me of, and again, this is me being a basketball fan. You know what was really fun? That Miami, Ohio game in Dayton was really fun. I can't even tell you who they beat, but I tell you I had a blast watching them shoot a bunch of threes. And it can't hurt, right? If you add more games to Tuesday and Wednesday before Thursday and Friday, it can't hurt. Maybe you get more of that crazy chaos that you weren't getting at the Thursday and Friday. But I'm not against it. I'm really not. The only thing is I'm glad he called out. It's like a coach's job security thing, but that's not his fault they decided to do it. If anything, we would probably all been saved from having to hear Bruce Pearl pull for Auburn and just have his bias shown on national television if it was 74. But here's the thing. When it goes to 74, you're going to have somebody else that was on the bubble, and they're going to be on TV complaining about the same thing. So that whole thing's not going to change. You're a big fan of this, Strouf. I don't lose sleep over it, right? Because ultimately, I think the best part of the tournament is, and again, I watch differently, and you can cool me if you want. After playing and making a Final Four, my favorite times are when I can watch those Sweet 16 and Elite 8 games. Because those are real. Those are life-changing games that can get you to a spot where, because we were able to beat Arizona in 2014 to send Bo to his first Final Four, I got to experience something special. So I love watching those games, and call me soft, I'll tear up because I know, and it's a little harder to tear up now because they're getting paid so much money. You know what I mean? It was so much more authentic. I was like, this is my dream. I want to play college basketball. I did it. Meanwhile, I get to go to the Final Four. I'm making millions and millions of dollars. So I'm not shedding tears of joy for people who are cashing in. I'm not mad at them, but it loses that authenticity. So I give it to you, Mr. College Basketball Stan, who lit up when Greg Gard said that answer because you're like, I've been saying that's a good thing.
No, I don't think it's a good thing. I don't like the expansion.
Oh, I misread your face as Greg Gard said that.
I disagree with Greg Gard.
How could you?
I know, right? I agree with the point he made a little bit later, which is about college basketball doesn't do a great enough job of promoting their own product early in the season. Because I think there's so many people that don't care until the conference tournaments, which are now watered down. There's more people that don't care until NCAA tournament time. And I don't want to say it's watered down, but we're not in an era of Cinderella runs. We're not in an era of an 11 seed making the Final Four anymore. We're in an era of the top 15 teams in the country will be, 13 of them will be in the Sweet 16. And adding, expanding this to 12 play-in games rather than 4.
So if it doesn't change the top half, why does it matter?
It's an exclusivity thing. I felt this way. I felt similarly about this when the college football playoff expanded, where it is, I'm going to make this analogy. You're going to make fun of me, but I'm going to make it anyway.
It's giving you the chance to get on the basketball court in high school when you never had a chance, like adding a 6th player to the court when you were in high school.
That's not the analogy I was going to make.
But tell me I didn't nail it.
That was a really good one. I was going to make so I recently went out to dinner with a buddy of mine who is very well known in the restaurant scene, right? And
Wait, what are we doing here?
I went to this restaurant that.
What are you with, like Bobby Flay?
Not quite. But I went to a restaurant where it's reservation only, and I got a reservation because I knew somebody, and I felt really exclusive, and I felt cool, and I don't think I would have felt that way if I saw people walking in and being like, "Hey, can I get a table?" And that's what it feels like now. You're going to get Bruce Pearl's son in Auburn in the NCAA tournament. And you're going to get a team that lost in the quarterfinals or before in the NCAA tournament or in their conference tournament in the tournament as an automatic bid, even though they weren't deserving of it.
So I stopped listening when you talked about like bragging about going out with a chef in the restaurant scene and it's reservation only.
I was with an owner of a restaurant who's known in the restaurant scene, and
you know, like the Food Network came, or like there was shows that came to Milwaukee. Was he on this show?
Not that I'm aware of.
Well, then who are you? Why? Are you?
But I went to a restaurant that's reservation only. That you have to
I need more about
out.
this like restaurant person. Why are you so scared to share?
He's a friend of a friend. I don't know him super well.
You always do this.
I know him better now.
So you called him a friend, but now you're saying he's a friend of a friend.
Well, I've met him
There is a new teammate of ours that is in your fiance's book club.
Yeah.
And you're like, I know her. Like, you know, I'm friends with her. And then, like, I asked you, you're like, well, I don't know her. I saw this person today.
I've only met her.
And I said, like, oh, like, you know, hey, the producer of the show that I do is Alex Strouf. He goes, yeah, like, I've been waiting to meet him.
I've met her.
I've been waiting to meet him. After yesterday, you told me you were friends with her.
I have met her.
You embellish more than anyone I've ever met in my entire life.
I have met her. I felt, yeah.
So now that's why I couldn't listen to anything you said after you're like, I was with my restaurant chef friend. Like, you're not that guy.
I didn't say chef.
You're not that guy. You're not.
I'm not.
You're like, somebody said you're a walking Kohl's commercial right now. You see him on video.
There's a level of exclusivity that you feel. And
again, I'm not fielding your answer based off the way this has gone.
I liked your high school analogy.
Yeah, it's like, yes.
It's like
expanding the NCAA tournament is like adding a sixth player to Strouf's high school game so he could actually make the court. There you go. There you have it. That's why I'm surprised you don't like it, because then you would have had a chance to play, just like these teams now have a chance to be in the tournament.
I did play.
Wheel of Strouf is next.
You're along for the ride with Kyle and Brust.
But then when you whoa, so you watch
off now.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
We've got some slow speeds out there for sure, and a couple of accidents to deal with. One on 894 eastbound at 60th. It's off on the right shoulder, so watch out for that. And then we have this other accident that is the on-ramp from Highway 164 to eastbound 94. It's a car that went way off into the ditch, and a tow truck is on the scene, so they're starting to get this thing prepped up to pull out of this ditch. It's a bit muddy, as you might imagine, so just be extra careful giving them a wide berth as you're trying to make your way through that ramp. On southbound 41, backing up from the county line all the way down past Capitol, the northbound side, you're looking at delays from before Mayfair Road all the way up to Silver Spring. Traffic is brought to you by Fisco Auto Body. Call Fisco Auto Body to help with all body repair needs. Fisco. And checking the TMJ4 Storm King forecast. Tonight, partly cloudy skies, a low of 37. Tomorrow, a slight chance for spotty sprinkles, mostly cloudy otherwise, a high of 50. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Hail damage? Siding Unlimited is here to help. We are not the storm chasers. That's important. Siding Unlimited doesn't chase storms. However, if the storm comes into our area like it just did, we're always available to help. Why is that important? Storm chasers skip town, leaving you with a roof with zero warranty. Siding Unlimited uses a roofing system that will get you a 50-year warranty on parts, pieces, and workmanship. Siding Unlimited will be there if you have a call down the road. Siding Unlimited is your local family partner on this project. We're here for you. Siding Unlimited. New roofing, siding, windows, and doors. Call Siding Unlimited or visit sidingunlimited.com today.
Hey, better. Swing into Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee for the $300,000 Big League Series. Just play with your rewards card over 3 months to earn entries. Here's the lineup. Leading off April, on deck May, in the hole June. All monthly entries you earn will roll into drawings on Friday, June 26th, where you could win cash, free play, or one of 3 new Toyota vehicles. It's the $300,000 Big League Series, only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
An ESPN Radio Extra Point with Michelle Smallman.
We had the draft in Pittsburgh. What are they doing? Waiting around for him again? After, as Courtney just pointed out, Omar Khan and company said, it's going to be different this year. We're not going to have to wait around. The timeline is not going to be as long as it was last year. It really doesn't seem like a lot has changed. I know we still have a while to get to certain organized team activities for him to make the choice or make it as pronounced as it was last year. But I just don't understand why they are going down this road again. But especially because you're ushering a new era with Mike McCarthy as the head coach. But it feels like you're kind of stuck in the same position as you were last year. It doesn't feel like a new era of Pittsburgh Steelers football if you're going down the same road as you did last year, waiting for a quarterback in his 40s to decide whether or not he wants to play football.
Lowe's has the brands pros trust to get the job done. You can now shop new Catalyst fencing solutions and save big when you do. 10% off when you buy in bulk. Plus, save $180 on a DeWalt 12-inch dual-bevel sliding compound miter saw. Now just $449. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 5/6 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
Evan Cohen here. PayPal is now the official peer-to-peer payment sponsor of the NFL, which means all the money moments that fandom creates, whether splitting tailgate costs or chipping in on tickets and game day food between friends, are covered. Wherever the game is played or watched, PayPal moves with fans. You can send money through text, email, or directly to your friends with eligible accounts on Venmo. Just download the PayPal app, share all the moments that matter. Account with PayPal is required, not available in all regions where PayPal operates.
Let the good times roll. Kyle and Brust are back on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
At some point, you stopped calling it pain and started just calling it, that's how I am now. But deep down, you know that's not okay. You got to get back to the normal you, the one who is active and carefree. Let's start with an introduction to Dr. Caravelli and her team at QC Kinetics and the regenerative treatments for joint pain. They're right here in Mequon and Greenfield, and they're helping patients with pain from arthritis or injury in their knees, hips, and shoulders. Now, they're moving, they're sleeping, they're golfing, they're running without surgery or long recoveries, which is a win, if you ask me. The science is real, the treatments are natural, and your body knows how to heal, and QC Kinetics gives it the right tools. No operating room, nobody wants that. No hardware. No watching summer come and go. Just get back to the version of you that doesn't map out a route based off where you can sit or how you avoid stairs. The longer the inflammation sits, the more damage it does. So this isn't, I'll get around to it. It's a get to it right now. Now's the time. The first step doesn't cost you a thing. That's 414-240-2298. Call 414-240-2298. 414-240-2298. Ben Brust, no Kyle Wallace. Alex Strouf is running the show. Let's hit it, Strophy.
It's time for the
Wheel of Strouf.
All right, another day, another buckaroonie on the Wheel of Strouf. I've got a list of topics. I've got a wheel to spin. And we've got things to talk about. Just being Benny today.
Well, I was going to say, I've done a lot of talking today, so I actually wouldn't mind if it didn't land on red, which means the wheel is going to land on red.
His best friends being best friends.
Now you've gone too far. Alex Strouf, my best friend. Good spin.
Not red.
All right, what do you got?
I want to discuss something that occurred at the Brewers game last night and is going mega viral, and it would be this group of...
What's mega viral?
I mean, it's got millions of views on social media. It's this group of people, I believe it's like 8 of them at the Brewers game. They're sitting way up in the 400s. and they brought in spaghetti, meatballs, sauce, cheese, garlic bread in gallon-sized Ziploc bags, which I did not know is a thing that they allow at AmFam Field. You can bring in your own food as long as it is
probably
in a
clear bag, you know?
That's right, gallon-sized bag, yep. And so they had a full Italian feast at the Brewers game that they brought into the game. One of the bags was labeled Mom's Meatballs. I mean, this is unbelievable.
Are you going to ask to join the club? I need you.
Spaghetti's my favorite food.
I need you in that photo. I need you to make friends with this crew. Otherwise, I'm wasting my time talking about this. I need Alex Strouf in the 400s wearing retro Brewers gear, eating Mama's spaghetti made from somebody you don't know.
I mean, that would be the honor of a lifetime, might I start with. Secondly,
dude,
I would be
get in the DMs right now.
I'd be willing to shave my mustache down to a handlebar like the dude all the way on the left if you're watching on YouTube, who's got a Hams in a hand with a lemon, which is an interesting choice. I feel like I wouldn't fit in at all, but I would be absolutely honored to attempt.
Yeah, they all have muscle and not just like skin and bones.
I love spaghetti, though. It's my favorite food. So I was thrilled to see they did that. Now, I don't know if they're going to make a theme of this year when they go to games, or they're going to change up the entree, or will it consistently be spaghetti, meatballs, garlic, bread, and cheese?
I don't know. It makes me want to make the Sunday sauce, to tell you that much.
You make a Sunday sauce?
Yeah, I just don't talk about how much I cook like you on the air.
Well, I didn't know you were a Sunday sauce guy.
Yeah.
Well, you've come a long way since the TikTok recipes that you made 2 of in rotation.
Those are very good, and I haven't made my Benny's roasted garlic chicken in about 2 years.
Why not?
It takes 45 minutes to do the garlic itself. We have a child. I don't have time for 45.
Just the garlic or the garlic sauce?
You bake the garlic. With you put stuff, you open it up and you pour a bunch of stuff on. You
put it in tinfoil, you bring it out, and then you mash it up, I assume?
Correct. And it's delicious. But
it doesn't take 45 active minutes. It's just got to go in the oven for a while.
Again, then I'm making it I just want to make things like, hey, time to make the steaks, I'll make the steaks.
You send me that recipe, I'll make you some. I'll bring
you
some left over for lunch.
I'm good.
What do you mean?
I'm good.
I'll bring you some in a Ziploc bag. If you and I and Kyle, if the three of us went to a game,
he's not eating food that you or I
would
cook.
say, well, one of us has to make it. We can make it in the parking lot. He can make it. What would we bring into the stadium?
I'm not bringing food into the stadium.
Why not? You can do it. It's legal. They didn't.
I'm not saying
they didn't put
it's
this in
ridiculous.
Their pants and sneak it in.
It's ridiculous. I'm not making food, and there's no microwave. Where do they make it? I want my food fresh.
I would guess.
I would rather overspend at a concession stand than eat something out of a gallon bag.
I would guess they snuck in the plates, the cutlery as well.
I see that, and like I said, I ain't doing that.
I would guess they warmed it up at their tailgate in the parking lot.
Again, not interested. This is way too much thought. If I'm going to a Brewers game, I want convenience.
Well, tailgating isn't necessarily the most convenient.
And by the way, I'm hijacking the wheel of Strouf because Strouf had Mr. Irrelevant on YouTube today. So, of course, he left a tab up after Sal hits a home run. He's got Sal Frelick's career batting numbers up on the web browser right now.
Well, yes.
By the way, a negative women's above replacement for your boy this year.
Negative 0.1. It's better it's better than it was yesterday. Do you think there's any correlation to the Italian food in the stands and the Italian stallion going 2 for 2, scoring 3 runs and hitting a home run?
Sure, if you want it.
I don't think there's a correlation. I'm asking if you think there is.
I can't stop looking at how pathetic them bringing the stuff into the ballpark is.
Why is that pathetic? It's funny.
It's very you.
Pathetic and funny?
Yeah.
At least I'm funny.
Pathetic.
At least I'm funny.
What else you got?
Well, I got to spin the wheel.
I know. That was me saying I'm done with the spaghetti.
Strouf! I love spaghetti. I need to make some soon.
Blue.
I thought Mark Tauscher on Wilde and Tausch this morning was very interesting when talking about the backup quarterback scenario after the Packers didn't draft him, which, by the way, can you talk to your boy Jimmy G and get him in Green Bay rather than him retiring? I want to play Tauschi, but I'm just curious.
For those who don't know, Jimmy Garoppolo and I were on the same travel basketball team in 5th grade.
When's the last time
he tweeted about me after I hit the Michigan shot.
When's the last time you talked to each other?
I think I ran into him after I played overseas.
Oh, so it's been a long time.
Yeah. I mean, I can get to him if I really, really, really wanted to, but I'm not going to bother.
All right, here's Tauscher, the backup quarterback.
We all had this same conversation with Malik Willis until Malik Willis got developed by Matt LaFleur, and he deserves
Malik
a ton
Willis.
of credit himself. Jordan Love is the guy. We all know that. If he gets dinged up, I would think that then what we've seen from Goody is if he doesn't think Ritter, or who's the other guy?
Kyle McCord.
If either of those guys aren't good enough and don't show enough in training camp, he'll go find somebody else. I just trust this system.
Here's my takeaway. Tausch sounds so uninterested in whatever he's talking about right there. He has no passion at all. He's just like,
He goes,
quarterback? What's the guy's name? Not Ritter? Like,
I don't know. The thing I worry about here from Tausch is he says he trusts the system. And I think a lot of fans are falling into that trap, including our own Kyle Wallace, which is why I wanted to bring it up today with him here. They developed one backup quarterback successfully. And they're on their third quarterback coach in 3 years. And I understand Matt LaFleur deserves a large chunk of that credit, not the quarterback coach. But we can't just sit here and act like it's a backup quarterback safe haven in Green Bay, that you can just come in here with an unproven career like Desmond Ritter and just boom, walla, you're a $30 million quarterback like Malik Willis now. I don't.
You need to see it twice.
The system.
You're saying you need to see it twice.
Maybe even more than that.
No, if they did it with Ritter too, then you'd be like, all right, man. Whoever they bring in, I have full trust.
Yeah, I guess if they did it with Ritter successfully.
But the way it looks like is they're going to do that. So no matter whatever you feel and how uninterested Tausch was in talking there, it looks like it's going to be Ritter.
The one correct point I think he made was if they get through the preseason like they did a couple of years ago, and they're uninterested, maybe Goody would go out and trade for a Richardson or go get somebody else that's only been in one situation like Willis was and hope they can rehab their career. But that is that.
Well, since you're a big restaurant guy and you got friends in the industry, did you take them to your spot?
They took me to their spot. Veer North, baby. That is Milwaukee's East Side's newest location, and it is going to be banging this summer. They've got shuttles to the music festival. You know what I'm talking about on the lakefront. They've got shuttles to the Milwaukee baseball games. Don't bring your own spaghetti. Eat at Veer North. They've got great specials every day of the week, including a late night happy hour. Hello. And the patio music series, concert series, is starting up soon as this weather starts to get warmer. That's something I am really looking forward to, is good eats, good drinks, a bunch of TVs to watch the big game, and the concert series out on their big patio with the garage doors. Veer North is the place to be this summer, all summer long. You got to check it out if you haven't already. It's Milwaukee's East Side's newest location, the hot spot on the East Side, Veer North. Check it out on Facebook for up-to-date specials on their daily specials, as well as online at their website. Veer North is the best. Check them out with the shuttles, with the concert series, with the late night eats, with the late night drink specials, all the in-betweens. It's the place to be. Veer North, check them out.
You know where Homer is?
Probably in the hallway. I can go check.
All right.
You're experiencing Kyle and Brust
Hi, guys. Well, you made my day, I'll tell you.
on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
May is Skilled Trades Month, a time to celebrate the hands-on careers that keep our industries and our communities moving forward. At Junior Achievement, students are discovering that today's skilled trades include technology, robotics, and smart manufacturing. With support from Rockwell Automation, students are exploring how advanced manufacturing and automation will power the factories of the future. Thank you, Rockwell, for helping inspire the next generation of technicians, engineers, and innovators. Learn more at ja.org.
Wisconsin weather doesn't ease into spring. It keeps you guessing. That's why your windows and doors need to handle everything. At Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, we build for year-round comfort. Now get 0% interest until 2030. That's years of no interest, so you can upgrade now and pay over time. Plus, enjoy a free in-home consultation, expert installation, and a 10-year limited warranty. But order by April 30th. Schedule today at PellaWI.com.
Hey,
it's Jason Wilde for Racine Danish Kringles, the official pastry of ESPN Milwaukee. Mother's Day is Sunday, May 10th, and you could send flowers again, or you could be the hero of the family and send a Kringle. We're talking flaky, buttery, melt-in-your-mouth goodness delivered right to her door in a beautiful Mother's Day gift box. Go classic with her favorite flavor, or go big with a heart-shaped Kringle topped with pink icing. It's fresh, it's delicious, and best of all, you didn't have to bake it. Go to Kringle.com or call 1-800-4Danish.
Summertime is when the largest number of homes hit the market,
which makes it the bottom of the ninth for sellers. Homes that show well, get priced right, move first.
Yeah! This is Tony Wendorf with Tony Wendorf & Associates, powered by Keller Williams.
And I'm Sal Alioto. In a crowded summer market, smart pricing, preparation, and expert local strategies make all the difference.
Get started today with our white glove selling experience at wendorfteam.kw.com.
Tony Wendorf & Associates.
A real estate team driven by faith, gratitude, and results.
How are things at Kessler's Greenfield, Kelly?
Fantastic. I heard you have an idea for springtime.
I love spring.
I have a big collection of new life to show you.
New life is a spring thing.
Show us. I call it crosses and clovers.
These are amazing.
Well done, Kelly.
These are stunningly unique.
Kelly, the surface of this 4-leaf clover is fantastic. What's it made of?
Sarah, the surface of that lucky 4-leaf clover is made of crushed black diamonds.
Wow. I'm buying this one. How much?
$185. In yellow gold vermeil, it's just $270. This cross, $90.
And these initials pendants?
These are $60.
Clovers, crosses, and personalized pendants.
And a leprechaun that says they're magically delicious.
Sarah, that's a breakfast cereal.
Kelly, you've done well.
Extremely well.
Extremely very well. Happy springtime, everyone.
To find the Kesslers nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
ESPN Wisconsin's Gabe Neitzel here for Events by Design. If you're planning an annual meeting, leadership summit, product launch, or trade show, you already know the pressure is on. Events by Design takes those high-stake moments and turns them into immersive experiences that energize your audience and elevate your brand. They handle everything: designing, planning, production, ensuring your event is executed seamlessly. No stress, no scrambling, just a memorable experience that delivers. Get started today. Just search online. Events by Design. They design, you party.
Remember how you felt when you were 25? Your morning workouts were a breeze. You had a drive that kicked in way before your first cup of coffee. Does it feel like you're losing your edge? You know, it might not be your age. It could be low testosterone. At Mentality, we'll get to the bottom of what's really going on and build a personalized plan using testosterone replacement and peptide therapies to help restore your energy, focus, and drive. Get back to being the guy you used to be. Book your appointment with Mentality at lowtusa.com. Again, that's lowtusa.com.
Let the good times roll. Kyle and Brust are back on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. Radio legend.
I don't care. I wanted to talk to Brett Musburger. That was for my own personal benefit. I hope other people enjoyed it, but I wish I was Brett Musburger. How about that?
Voice of Marquette basketball.
Joplin to the basket. Oh, wow. Hammer time.
And owner of the most famous catchphrase, at least in this building.
Oh, baby, that's sweet.
It's time for Uncle Homer.
Homer, did you know you inspired me yesterday?
I did listen to the show. That's good to know. I'm honored.
They're not special.
You know what they are,
but not great.
No, historically bad.
Who?
Name the 4 years in a row they haven't won the division, right?
That is correct.
Okay, you know how many times that's happened since they went to 4 teams in the division?
How many times the Packers have
gone 4 years
years
without winning the division?
What year did that change happen?
2002.
Well, then.
I would guess never.
Never.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Never.
Rodgers owned the North.
Never. And name the last coach to go 5 years without winning a division.
Oh, this is going to hurt my heart. Forrest Gregg?
Forrest Gregg is correct. Lindy Infante only had 4. You know why?
They fired him?
He only coached 4 years. He was 10-6 one year, and
was it good enough?
Think of that. Packer team there.
You're being unfair, though. You're being unfair.
I don't think he is.
Hang on. I'll tell you why he's unfair.
Let me finish with the additional stat. In the 11 years before the last 4, 8 division championships. 8 of 11, and now 0 of 4. You take it from there.
Well, I guess it would hurt your argument that the division matters as much as it does if they won it that many times. There's only one Super Bowl since 2010 to show for.
Check to see how far they went in the playoffs.
I'm just saying. If it's off Super Bowls 2002 to now, how many have there been?
There's been one.
And you're talking about the division, how important that is, and you're saying that they're bad. Now the next thing is now you're assuming that there's never going to be any ebbs and flows of other teams. Like the Packers were with 2 Hall of Fame quarterbacks for 30 years. Like eventually you're just not going to have Hall of Fame after Hall of Fame after Hall of Fame after Hall of Fame after Hall of Fame.
I don't.
That doesn't mean you're bad.
I didn't say they're bad.
No, you said it's bad.
Historically, yes. Historically, it's bad. Yes.
Yeah, based off the numbers, but it doesn't make this team bad. They still have made the playoffs despite not winning the division.
Apparently, the standard has changed.
I'm not saying it hasn't.
Sure, it has. You're defending it.
I'm not saying it. Yeah, I'm not saying it hasn't changed. We're saying the same thing. Clearly, it's changed.
Right.
Clearly, it has.
Coach and GM, the first ever since 2002 when they went to a 4-team division to lose, to not win in 4 straight years. And what'd they do? They gave him an extension. Explain that, sir. Just go ahead.
I can't. I'm not Ed Policy.
Well, explain Ed Policy.
Playoffs 3 years in a row certainly plays a role, right?
Right.
You would agree with that, Homer?
But the way in which they lost, I know it was a little prisoner of the moment, but when I heard even Jason Wilde say and feel like it would be hard to bring him back after they had lost to the Bears, I was like, Jason's like the pendulum guy as it goes up and down. He keeps you somewhere in the middle.
Pendulums swing, they don't go up and down, but yes.
You get where I'm saying.
Get where you're saying?
Yeah. It's been a long day.
It just, my point of bringing it up is that it needs to be part of the discussion.
I think it is a part of the discussion.
And the part of the discussion is, can these guys, the 2 of them, win anything? The closest they
What's
came.
anything? Now you're saying division is something that you need to see with these two? Because they have done it.
When they first showed up, Aaron Rodgers was here, and he was MVP, and they made the NFC Championship game, 2 or 3 times? Twice.
2019
and they were the
2020, 1 seed, 21 before they lost to the Niners at home with a real atmosphere in the playoffs, not the COVID atmosphere.
And that's the last time they won the division. I would say, obviously, they do get credit for, and it's dependent on you, Homer. I'm asking you, how much credit you want to give them for the Cowboys win in the playoffs and Jordan Love's first year as a starter.
They get credit for it.
That's the last time they won a playoff game.
The problem is, that's it.
Right.
Since
Love.
else.
In 3 years of Love, they have not won a playoff game since then.
And, they failed the last year when Rodgers was still here.
So let me ask you this.
So I just want that as part of the equation. They are at risk of not winning the division for 5 years in a row for the first time since Forrest Gregg. And they're already
that's tough.
The most number of years since the division had 4 teams. And, yes, they had some bad injuries last year. No, all the other things need to be presented. There's reason to have some level of confidence.
But you don't give that because you are operating under the assumption it feels like that no matter what they did in the offseason, you're like, it's Goody. It's Goody on the floor. It is what it is. It's good. It's fine.
It could be different.
I don't. But I want to know if you think this year's going to be different, or you're just going to say it's not
That's
because
not how I would bet.
You're just saying it's not because it's them.
Because the division has gotten better, and the you got Seattle in addition to the Rams.
Yeah,
they're both better than the Packers.
You always say, Homer. You always say,
yes,
Goody and LaFleur. They're good, not great.
Right.
Who do you believe has more opportunity to be great in this upcoming season?
Between the 2 of them?
Yes, between the 2 of them.
Well, you'd have to give Goody the edge because he got Parsons. I mean, there's a no-brainer on that.
He got Love, he got Parsons, but how long do those 2 pieces carry you until
I don't know because
you didn't build a good enough roster
about
for the
building
coach?
an entire team. And in the discussion about Ron Wolf and Brett Favre and Reggie White, yes, look at all the other additions that were necessary for them to be good enough to beat the Cowboys. So it will be what the additional parts are.
But you don't think the draft picks can make? Well,
sure, they could, yes.
But you said you can't rely on it.
I don't. This isn't about them having a winning record. This isn't about them making the playoffs. This is about them doing something special. And is it possible? Yes, they're not bums. And that's the difficulty.
They're good, they're not great, and they're not bums.
And they're not
That's
bums.
the difficulty when you're in charge of It's easy when they stink.
Yeah.
Firing Lindy and Fonte at Forest Greg was not hard. This is tough because there's a level of success and you have reason to be hopeful.
You don't want
But
that
that's
success
not
to
how
go
you
away.
bet.
You got the T-shirts made yet?
No, we're working on it.
Win the damn division.
Win the damn division. More with Homer on the Homer Hour in 2 minutes.
We still have this issue. It's a